I appreciate how someone asked, what would you do with a box of 60 eggs? And then Electomo said, egg gyps. No, are we muted?
No, you're fine.
Oh, fucking Azathos griefing me. Yeah, Azathos, you had a New Year's resolution of being nicer to me. Now you're still being mean to me, dude?
You were muted for like 2 seconds because the automatic unmute didn't work as usual.
Okay. Well, I said Happy Christmas, Happy New Year's, Happy Scott's birthday in 3 days. Had to get that in there again because just in case I'm getting any surprise birthday presents, I'll take them. Okay, from anybody. What up, mini fam? Indeed. Shout out to Ancient Egypt. How you guys doing? Your face is naked. Yeah, I shaved it off. I asked my wife, I was like, do you like a beard more, or do you like, or whatever I can grow, or do you like the clean shaven? And she was like, I don't know. So I was like, let's see what you like more, because really that's what it comes down to, you know. If she doesn't like it more, then what's the point?
So are you doing an A/B test where half of your face is shaved and the other half is not?
I did not do that. It's always so fun though. Whenever you shave for the first time, you like kind of like do half the face and then the other half the face. And you're like, look at me, I have half a beard and half not a beard. You know what I'm talking about?
No. What the hell are you talking about?
Like when you got a little beard and you want to have some fun, then you like shave half your face, but you keep the other face.
What a
like,
weirdo.
Dude, no. Okay. I'm the best and I know it. McBlub, Babyface Miniac is great. Thank you. Thank you.
Scott just wants to feel young.
Yes.
Before he turns old.
Yeah, we're getting close. Okay, I am not painting like I need to paint right now. Okay, we're painting some Silence Men today, as per usual. And I'm working on the straps right now. And I felt like it'd be a good idea to do the light brown straps after doing the pants, because if I wanted to highlight those darker brown areas with the light brown wood, I could. So do a little twofer. My New Year's resolution, paint more minis. Hell yeah. Yeah, dude, tell me, what did you guys get? You guys get anything good for Christmas? I know it's kind of like a dumb, childish question to ask, but like I derive so much energy from people getting cool gifts. So I always ask if anyone got any cool gifts, even though I'm a 30-year-old. So many straps, dude. AOS models are rife with straps. Good night, I totally agree. And I mean, it seems like a problem throughout the miniature industry is the straps on straps. You got a resin printer and a cleaning station.
You know what they say, Scott?
What
Stay strapped or get clapped.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Every sculptor knows that saying. So
yes.
They're all about it.
For sure.
You got Gazcol Thraka. Adathoth got Gazcol and a Vortex Mixer. A lot of Gazcol love up in the chat. So many big yeses in here. I need to paint more minis this year for sure. Last year I was buying a house and I kept my painting real low. That's awesome.
Yeah, I got given a Duchess.
No, you did?
I did.
Who gave you a Duchess?
Doc Hannah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
She gave me and Michael both Duchesses and was like, you have to paint this by the end of the year.
All right.
It's a shootout.
I know a pretty good video series you can watch.
I don't watch videos about painting.
Okay. All right, fair, fine. I got 2 boxes of Eradicators and a hat with a person whom I don't know's face on it. Okay. Someone got a PC Intel i7-13700, water cooler, motherboard, and RAM. Nice little PC upgrade.
That's a lot of Christmas gift.
That's a lot, yeah. I have a hard time keeping up with the Intel SKUs. I think the one in the 2 editing PCs we have right now are i9s. I don't know like what family they exist in.
I thought they were like Threadrippers or whatever.
My home computer rocks Threadripper.
Gotcha.
And then when I remade computers the second time, I did not go with AMD.
I believe we picked up a 13700K for this one here.
Nice.
I'd have to double check.
Got my first AOS tournament Sunday.
Hey.
Painting them up because I want to get them done for the game. Yeah, rage painting. That's good. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Lord Ariacon. There are many more to get, though. Christmas was great to me this year. The Duchess for my sister. Hell yes. A build a book nook for my best friend, and a couple of cross-stitch kits for my D&D group. I don't know what a cross-stitch kit is. Is it a sewing thing? I know cross-stitching sounds like something like that. Auric Dominion box. I think everyone got 3D printers for Christmas because Micro Center was running low on resin. Nice.
They never have that much resin at Micro Center. They have so much FDM spools, but I always feel like I go there and look at the resin selection and I'm like, they need more.
It's an interesting thing to think about is like going to a store to buy resin. I feel like that's the only kind of thing you'd buy on the internet, you know?
I thought you were going to say going to a store to buy things.
Yeah, no. I'm not that much of a zoomer yet, okay? I did shave, but, you know, we're not that young.
Can you imagine exchanging money with a person for goods or services?
Talking face to face. Rows and rows of filament. Can I share my my post of the Ethereal Knight? He was easily the best mini of the year. You could try. I mean, you can't try. There's no point.
Links just never work in the chat. But if you send it to me on Discord and I think it's cool, I could post it.
Yeah. The only issue with doing stuff like that is then typically everyone wants to see their model on stream then, so don't want to get too off the rails. Chat, I don't really know what I'm doing right now. I'm kind of just painting, you know. Apologies if this seems a little off the rails. I think I just said that. Okay, cool.
So off the rails, the phrase for 2023.
Yeah, dude, we're gonna say off the rails a lot.
All right, sweet. Sounds good.
Sweet. All right, I'm in. December 22nd was the 5-year anniversary of the last time I stepped into a Walmart. I don't miss it. Okay, I'm assuming you're a previous Walmart employee.
She going to Walmart. Also, we had some subs that we didn't thank.
We did?
Yeah.
Thank him. I can't see him.
King Helio, subscribing with Prime. Some guy named MCXL, 28 months in a row.
Some guy. 28 months? Wow.
Yeah.
We bamboozled that guy.
It's almost like he subscribed and then forgot to turn it off.
Yeah, sure. Sure, yeah. I mean, I'll take your money either way. I don't care.
Factoring that into our ongoing negotiations.
Oh, yeah, right. That counts. Speaking of not knowing what I'm doing, is buying a cheap airbrush a good or a bad idea? What a question. Unfortunately, I can't speak from experience. I've never bought a cheap airbrush. Or at least not like a mega cheap one. I bought like cheaper ones, like a Badger 105, Patriot 105. But I've heard recently that those are like 50% more expensive than when I made my original like mid-range airbrush roundup. I don't know what's going on there. Everything is more expensive, man. Let me do my old man complaining. Why is everything so much more expensive than like it was like 5 years ago, you know? Fucking A.
Badger 105.
Patriot 105. When I made my video, it was significantly cheaper.
They got quite a few different 105s. I'm seeing everything from $55 to $126.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
Let me just go to Badger.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The most cutting-edge webpage from 2003. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Upgraded to a Badger 105 for it, and I love the new airbrush. Excellent. Exponential inflation and just regular old inflation are the descriptions of why it might be going up in price. I bought a $70 set that came with an airbrush and a compressor. Worth it if you only want to prime with it. Only want to prime.
The master airbrushes, which are the cheapo ones that you'll find on Amazon, they're perfectly decent. They're fine for priming. You can use them for effects and stuff. They're generally Iwata clones, so you can actually put Iwata parts in them.
Oh, okay.
And theoretically up the quality, but it's sort of penny wise, pound foolish in that regard, where it's just like, just buy the damn Iwata. But it's a great place to start. That's what I did. I have 2 or 3 master airbrushes. I think I bought a compressor that happened to come with one, and I didn't even realize it. And then I had a 2-pack, and I just used the one that came with the other ones as extra parts.
So the question then has to be, would it have been wiser for you just to take that $70 and put it toward a HPCS?
In retrospect, I would say yes. But
that's the hard part, right? No one's ever going to know if they're going to get into airbrushing. So it's like always hard to say, should I, buy once, cry once, or get the shitty thing first?
I think as much as I am a buy once, cry once person, if I don't know that I will use the tool, I think, so there's an old piece of advice for like shade tree mechanics and stuff, which is first go buy the tool from Harbor Freight, like the cheapest possible version of it to do the job you're doing.
Yeah.
And then if you use that tool to the point of it breaking, instead of getting another cheapo one, go out and buy the best one that you can afford, the one that will last.
Okay.
So if you get the airbrush, you get the master airbrush, you use it for a while, and it's no longer working, instead of throwing parts at it to try and make it better, just get the good airbrush at that point, because you'll use it more than the one time or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Chat, what do you think about that? You buy once, cry once, people, or you buy the shitty thing first? Azathoth says, shitty thing first because everyone wrecks their first airbrush.
I kind of agree with that, too.
I don't know. At a certain point, I've kind of proven to myself that I am into this hobby more than other things, since I feel okay about buying maybe more expensive stuff for the hobby. But that's me and not necessarily you. So I didn't feel too bad about picking up a more expensive airbrush right away. Which wasn't even that more expensive. It's just a Patriot 105. I like that. I love that mid-range. That's what I always go for. I don't buy the, there's always kind of like gradients. So I always go for that middle range product. Not too expensive.
How many Iwata airbrushes do you have in your drawer?
2.
Only?
2 and then 1 at home.
Oh, okay.
I have a CS, a BS, BH, and then a Micron. The almighty Micron. I bought a super cheap airbrush kit and still on it after 2 years. I don't know, I hope that answers the original question, is should I buy the cheap thing first? You can. I guess it depends on what you want to do. Depends on how much money you got. Depends on if you think you're going to get into airbrushing more in the future. I can't ever answer a question straight. I'm sorry.
How good are Iwata?
How good are they?
Yeah. That's what the kitten wants to know.
They're my preferred airbrush brand.
I'm in the same camp. In particular, I really, really love my HPBH.
Yeah. They have the right mixture of features, but also like performance for me. Like one thing that I didn't expect to throw me off, that I only really figured out because I tested them side by side, was just no matter what PSI you put the airbrush on, Harder and Steenbeck brushes just like push out air way faster, even at the same needle diameter. I don't understand why. It's actually really interesting. I'd love to talk to someone at both those companies to ask what's going on there.
Well, the needle isn't what actually controls the airflow. It's the circular chamber around the needle and the size of that versus the valve that actually is how much air.
I would assume it's both things. It's not the needle diameter, but like at least the air pressure you set the damn thing to.
Well, that's true. Yeah, air pressure is going to be a big factor, but also just like what the valving is like.
Yeah.
Because the needle size affects how much paint flows at any specific amount, because that's basically the needle is the valve and the Venturi enabler for the paint.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I will say my Harder and Steenbeck, I have the Squidmar edition, and it's a great airbrush, but it performs very differently than other airbrushes because of their tapered needle design. The Iwata style needle, and Badger uses the same thing, where the needle is just one cone, comes to a very, very, very sharp tip. The Harder and Steenbeck thing is they kind of saw off the needle. It's not flat, but it's two different cones that kind of come together. And so it sprays both wider and more at any given pressure, at any given trigger position, the whole thing. it's still controllable. It just is very different feeling to me than my other airbrushes.
Okay. Someone asked how long am I looking to paint these models? I'm not really thinking about it a whole lot, but like maybe like an hour and a half. But yeah, I'm not thinking about it too much. These guys are pretty relaxed. But yeah, I think what you're discussing right now about like the needle profile and like how it's tapered and stuff like that, like there's a lot of math that goes into how that impacts the performance of an airbrush. That's really interesting. I talked to the Harder and Steenbeck CEO when I was in England. We went out to dinner with him, and he was a super interesting dude. And he had a lot to say about like the science of how an airbrush works, and I wish I could remember half of it. But it was really cool. Did John make a video about some super cheap $50 portable air compressor thing?
Yes.
Yeah, the battery powered thing. No, I have not tried it, to answer the question.
I have seen that video. The feedback that I have seen on that video is, yeah, I have one of these and it's the best thing ever, or yeah, I have one of these and it broke in 2 days.
Oh no.
But I think that's cheapo Chinese electronics in general.
Yeah, probably.
I see the same thing about like the compressor that you have over there, that standard style airbrush compressor. I see posts like that under things about like master airbrush compressors, where just a certain percent of them are just dead on arrival.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Someone was talking about the Pash, and actually, you guys reminded me that the first airbrush I ever had was not a 105. It was a Pash V2, Talon V2. It's this fucking big old honker.
Hey, now we're talking.
Yeah.
Look at that paint cup.
I know, dude. Fuck.
Put a whole GW pot in that.
But hey, look at that fucking, is that an eagle on there, dude? Some big old bird of prey, America. Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, it's huge. It's a huge pot. But yeah, I'd be super interested in going back to this and trying it out, just to be like, you know. I remember when I had it, I had Caleb Wissenbeck. He came over to teach a class. I actually invited him to Minnesota to teach a class. It was the first time I ever done this, inviting a display painter into my town to teach a class, so I could take it, really. And he was hanging out and sleeping in my house, and he felt obliged to like give me like a one-on-one lesson when he was over at my place. I don't know why, maybe because he felt like he owed me something, but he was talking about this brush, and he was like, I remember Ben comments, this was his first brush too, and he was talking about how trash it was, or something like that. And so that's when I was like, okay, I need to upgrade, because I didn't know anything about airbrushing then. So that's when I got like the Patriot 105 or the Sotar. I went to like AdeptiCon, and they had a bunch of Sotars for you to use in classes, and so I used one there, and I was like, oh, okay, this is pretty sick. And then I bought that or the Patriot, one of the two. One of the two. I have one and it's fine. I mean, I'm sure it is. Honestly, if I were to try it again, I'd sure be totally fine with it. Any update on your Bukkake models? No, they're all lost. Not broken, but I have issues with it that I think a regular compressor would do better. Gotcha. Pash is a very old school brand, American brand. Most of the luthiers I know usually use their stuff since the 90s, but totally different application. Luthier, I've heard that term before, but I didn't think it related to painting. What's a luthier? I thought it was like a string instrument person.
Like a guitar maker?
That's what it sounds like. Yeah, it sounds like a
maker of stringed instruments such as violins or guitars. Okay. Nailed it.
So someone, do you paint?
I guess if you're doing like the sunburst pattern or something like that on the top of an instrument.
That is true. Guitar maker, I think. Gotcha. Okay. Thank you, chat.
Yeah, I guess that big cup would be great for varnishing.
For sure. I think maybe even better so would be what are the side-mounted ones called? You can get just such a massive cup with all kinds of paint in there if you want. I can't remember what it's called though. You have gravity fed. Oh, is it side feed? Is it side feed airbrush? Is that?
Yeah. I mean, well, there's offset cups. There's side feed. There's also the siphon feed, which is on the bottom.
Oh, that's what it's called. Siphon feed. Okay. There it is. What paintbrush is this? This one I'm using today, which, by the way, guys, it changes like every other day. I have a pile of brushes next to my desk, and basically I divine amongst the pile and, you know, consult the bones to see which one I'm going to use. So
the bones tell me nothing.
Yeah. So today I'm using a Da Vinci Maestro Series 35 size 1. You know, it changes. Don't put too much stock in paintbrush brands. There are some that are good. The Da Vinci Series 35 I like. Raphael A404 I like. The Raphael A408 I like for more crunchy, tight applications like panel lining and recess shading. And then I love the Broken Toad sable hairbrushes too. But there's a lot of good brands that work.
This is my New Year's resolution, by the way.
Is it paint more minis?
It's not to paint more minis. I'm already doing enough painting of minis.
Not true. Never enough.
Just Seppuku reminded me, which is finishing the truck this year, damn it.
The truck?
The truck.
What truck?
My 1974 Chevy stepside that I completely disassembled is in my garage.
Oh, I love doing that. I love completely disassembling something and then never putting it back together.
Yeah, too real, Scott.
Yeah, dude.
Too real.
That was my my table saw that I got from my dad, my handy-down table saw.
I bought that truck 2018. I'd have to double check the photos. I bought it sight unseen in Washington State because I have a few friends that live out in Seattle, and I was like, hey, go pick up this truck for me and I'll come out during spring break, visit you, and then drive back. And I did that. It was a lot of fun. And then about a year later, I was like, sweet, let's do the truck upgrade. So I bought a lot in parts, probably like 20 grand in upgrade parts. And I disassembled the truck in 2019. And then I broke my neck. And then the pandemic started. And I haven't touched it since.
No excuses.
Yeah, no, this is the problem. Is the pandemic started and it sucked my willingness to do it, even though I had all this time. I was home. I could have snuck out there an hour or two a day and got it done. No, I didn't touch it for 2 years.
Rip.
This is the year. It's happening.
All right.
New engine, new transmission, all that stuff is going in.
New Evan. Here we go.
New year, new me, new truck. New old truck. And I'm definitely going to airbrush some wicked graphics on it.
Ooh. You should airbrush them to match your Stormcast Eternal. Stormcast theme old truck. My New Year's resolution is to solve the problem of work-life balance. Okay, I'm gonna solve it for everybody.
Work more?
And then I'm gonna get the Nobel Peace Prize because everyone's gonna love me.
You're just gonna work more, right?
Yep.
Okay.
No, I'm not. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not even saying that I work too much. That's not what I'm trying to say. There's a certain amount of work that I know I can accomplish in 2 weeks, and I just need to figure out exactly how I fit it into a week and how I say no to everyone else that wants to do extra stuff in that week. I'll figure it out. It's gonna happen.
I think you just sleep less.
Yeah.
Do more, sleep less.
You could do that. Or hire more people.
Hey, now we're talking.
To do your job. And then just make more money magically.
If you build it, they will come?
Yeah, I think that's how running a business works.
Kinda.
Don't worry, it will fade February. Yeah, probably.
Oh, good. By the way, Twitch is apparently like shitting the bed.
So like no one is hearing anything right now?
No. I don't mean like us. I mean like, apparently there are some global outages in regards to Twitch.
Okay.
I was looking at our numbers and I was like, why do we only have like 100 viewers right now? And then, yeah, Mike Genie in the Discord is filling me in. So.
Oh, so hold on. Is there like
shit's broken, man?
Are there no Europeans in chat right now or something like that?
I don't know.
Okay.
But
well, that's okay.
Twitch outages reported in the last couple minutes went from 0 to over 11. Over 11,000.
That's all right. We're just gonna hang out. We're gonna have a good time. Gotta start a little early.
Rufus says, well, I could see the stream, but my Twitch is completely fucked. Glad to hear I'm not the only one.
That's good. I'm European. Well, I'm glad you're here, Heat Guy _J.
You didn't do the underscore between the Heat and Guy.
Heat _Guy _J?
There you go.
Dude, I feel like no matter what direction I put this hat on, it's always like the peak is always pointing forward, okay? I want it to point backward, okay? I want fucking aerodynamics in my beanies. I need to run fast. What the fuck? Why is it pointing forward?
This is a weird moment.
What the fuck? Was it not just pointing the other way and then I put it on backwards and now it's fucking pointing forwards again?
I mean, it's a seam, but you got to put it on at an angle.
All right, we're just gonna be happy with this.
No, you won't. You're just going to pretend that you are.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you got me. That's it.
Right.
It's one of those things that's not worth complaining about, Scott.
That's probably true.
Out of the loop, who's talking to Scott? He is my producer, Evan. Stop hiding those frosty tips. More like I'm hiding my hair that I have not washed in many days because I've been just going to sleep at 3 in the morning and waking up at 10 and playing video games.
When did I start producing your stream now?
Maybe
July?
7 months ago, 6 months ago?
Something like that. It was shortly before Gen Con, right? So sometime in July, I think.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So I've been here a while, Borat.
Oh yeah, he's been here a while.
Not that long, but long enough. Where you been?
Yeah,
out of the loop, apparently.
Hold on, team. I know there's not a lot of people here today, but that's okay. We planned to do a giveaway, and we're still planning to do a giveaway.
Hopefully chat works.
Chat! We are giving away a Miniac cutting board today. You've seen it, you love it, you know it. It's thick, it's fat. It's got an imperial side, it's got a metric side featuring 2 different kinds of Miniac art. Let's go!
It's also super chonky compared to your regular OG cutting mat.
Yeah, those bitch cutting mats, dude, they don't know what they don't know what hit them when this thing comes through.
It's true. It's true. My Miniac cutting mat came in and gave a WWE Super Slam to my other.
It did. It did. It's known to do that. It's the heavyweight champion. You know it. You love it.
We'll throw in some stickers with that too.
Hell yeah.
People like stickers.
People like stickers. All right.
How do we win? Well, when I start the giveaway, which I'll do in a couple minutes here, we will explain it at that point. But basically, you type a specific command in chat, and that's it.
That's it. You gotta be following the channel.
That's true.
And able to type.
That's also true.
That's it though.
Since Twitch is apparently shitting the bed right now, those of you that are in chat have better odds than usual.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So if you've got chat right now, your odds are extra good.
Yeah, and I think we don't need to. You know, there's sub goals and things. We don't need sub goals. We'll just do the giveaway.
Well, we'll do this one. We've still got the sub goal going for our Song of Ice and Fire boxes. You can see on the bottom.
Oh yeah, dude.
We got plenty of those to give away. The next one is some Starfall Outriders.
Some Martell. Ooh, who's here? Who's here?
Porque no los dos.
What up, Jimmy Johns? That's none of us. No, that's us. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
That's for him.
Yeah, I'm in.
Thank
you so much. Stay safe.
What are you doing? You're welcome.
Well,
Painting.
I'm painting a miniature. I run a YouTube channel, and so my business is about painting little figures, and I'm doing a little live stream right now.
Yeah. We're live on the air right now.
Yeah.
Stay safe on the roads.
That was a Jimmy John's delivery driver.
I don't know if it was Freaky Fast because I don't know when this was actually ordered.
I think it was Freaky Average.
Freaky Average?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Even though the place is like 2 blocks away, I'm going to give them credit because It's bad out there.
Yeah.
What is Jimmy John's for us Europeans? Well, it's a sandwich chain.
It's a wildly average sandwich.
It really is. It's like if Subway wasn't horrible.
Yeah. That's pretty much
I'm not setting the bar high. I'm just saying if you went to Subway and you didn't like look at the food under the counter and go, I'm going to die if I eat this, you've reached Jimmy John's.
There you go. It's not terrible. It's not amazing.
Azathoth says that he would take Subway over Jimmy John's.
You got a problem.
I have never disagreed with a statement more than that in my life.
Okay, relax, Evan. JJ over Subway. All right, we're getting a poll in the chat
I'm doing
now.
it right. I'm doing it right now.
Subway versus JJ. Put a vote in for JJ for me, because I will not let this pass. Okay. Yo, who's played Descent? The third one? Descent into Darkness? No, Legends of the Dark? I can't remember what it's called. Let me bet points on the poll.
Oh, apparently I can't call it the JJs.
That'd be bad.
I mean, that's what all the employees called it today.
Did you work at Jimmy John's?
Wait, what? Oh, maybe it's just busted. No, everyone I knew worked at Jimmy John's.
Decent is fun. I mean, the word decent is pretty fun. No, I'm fucking with you. I know you said Descent. The old school spaceship shooter game? No, this is a board game made by...
Oh, yeah, it's messed up. Okay, now it won't let me start it because it says a poll is already active.
Uh-oh.
Okay, it is working. Sweet. I put in a vote for you, Scott.
Thank God. JJ haters rise up. I keep finding new things that I need to paint. I need to paint these little strappy straps.
Someone got a Sonic's ad.
Nice.
Definitely not a sandwich chain, but if you like overpriced fast food, Sonic's is pretty good.
Yeah. I've never eaten at a Sonic's.
Like I said, it's pretty good, but boy, it's expensive.
Someone asked they like the witch art behind me. Where did I get it? It is a Mondo poster for the movie The Witch. It was limited edition, but most often you can find Mondos available on eBay.
You could also definitely find someone who has illegally reprinted it somewhere, I'm sure.
Likely.
Because the Witch is very popular.
Indeed she is.
Polka dot. Oh, never mind.
What are you saying to me?
Your positioning. You're getting too low.
Oh, my bad. Black Phillip. Speaking of Black Phillip. Do you see Black Phillip right there?
Hey.
I thought Amber was saying something about pooping, but she said just Evan or you too, because she was asking if I wanted a Jimmy John's sandwich. And then I was like, I shouldn't be holding my phone in front of the thing, even if it's just notifications. What if I got a fucking tasty little, I don't know. I'm not gonna say any more. I played Descent. If you have any questions, yeah, is it good? Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? Were there other games similar to Descent, such as Bardsung, or I don't know, there are other games like that. Oh, fucking Gloomhaven, Frosthaven. Do you like other games more if you've played those ones? Monka TOS.
Yeah,
Okay.
all of the artistic nudes that he gets from John are for his eyes only.
Yeah, no one can see the nudes other than me. Okay, I keep finding new things that I want to do. All right, so on these hoods.
He said directly after the conversation about artistic nudes.
Wait, what?
When is the mat giveaway? How about right now? I'll set it up right now. I like the idea of trying to run a giveaway while things are broken.
Let's see. I feel like maybe I shouldn't make these stitchy things this light blue or light brown color, and they should be the dark brown color instead, but I don't know. Yeah, sure, we'll make them lighter. Why not? And I don't think not all of them have this stitchy stuff on it, right? Yeah, this one doesn't. How long did this poll go for? Jesus Christ. The Jimmy John's poll? Evan likes his long polls, okay?
I set it for 5 minutes, I think.
Okay.
Is that really that long?
I feel like a poll about who like Subway versus Jimmy John's could probably be like a minute long. But you know, that's my.
If we had done that, Subway would have won.
That's my poll preference, you know.
Well, I'll keep that in mind. Doesn't mean I'll act on it, but I will keep it in mind.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Scott, I was surprised / disappointed to see you didn't get a signature pro acrylic set with Vincent Ninja on. I feel like it would have been a little bit dishonest of me to be like, have a paint set for a range I don't really talk about or care about.
Type !moist in the chat to enter the giveaway. We're going to see if it works.
Moist giveaway.
This is going to be a very limited. It is working. Okay, good. Obviously, if I win, I'll just re-roll it. But I wanted to make sure it would show up. I'll tell you what, actually, Rufus typed in the Discord, !moist. If I win, it goes to Rufus. Boom. There you go.
That's funny. How long will it run for? Probably like 15 minutes.
I think I have this set to 10. Yep, 10 minutes. Ah, okay.
Okay. Have I done everything that I want to do? Oh, that mat's been on my list for a minute. Glad to hear. If you're just joining us right now, we're doing a giveaway for a Miniac cutting mat. Type !moist in the chat to pick one up, or have a chance at picking one up, I should say. Yeah, it is. Okay. We got little things on there.
Are there any regional restrictions to the giveaway? If you live in a place where you normally can't enter giveaways, don't enter.
Yes.
If you live in a place where you normally can enter giveaways, you're fine.
Self-regulated.
We try. If we have someone win in a place that I am aware that you can't enter, it may become a thing. But we haven't run into that explicitly yet.
Do you know of places that can't enter giveaways?
Eastern Canada. French Canadians generally can't enter giveaways.
Or French Canadians.
Who are French Canadians?
Who are French Canadians?
Yeah. What is a French Canadian?
I did not ask that.
Truly a mythical thing. Yeah, this Jimmy John's thing is going forever. But Jimmy John's has won.
Thank God there is.
By 1 vote.
What the fuck is wrong with you people? Subway is a fucking joke, y'all. These are my viewers?
Oh, no, it's tied up. I can't actually vote in the poll, so it's still Jimmy John's is winning by 1. I voted on Scott's account, but I didn't vote on my account.
Oh my God, dude.
Oh shit, it's still tied.
I'm trying to think of a Lord of the Rings quote right now.
We're done here. That's what I have to say.
Abandoning reason. What's going on here, guys?
Y'all don't deserve to be entertained.
Yeah, what the fuck? We're gonna end the stream right now, dude. I'm so upset. I thought this was a shoe-in right now. Subway tuna, more like Subway mystery fish. More like Subway just, you could just replace the whole fucking name of the restaurant with mystery if you wanted to, okay? But apparently half my viewers prefer it to Jimmy John's. Mind-blowing.
Well, I'm gonna enjoy my Jimmy John's. Jimmy John's lost by 3. I shouldn't have said anything.
God damn.
That was a defeat from the jaws of victory, if there ever was one.
It's the Europeans being spiteful right now about not knowing what Jimmy John's is.
Why do I think they get their meats from different places? Because they have different meats.
JJ haters reign supreme. Straight out of Cisco. I feel like I definitely didn't finish. Oh, no, I did. Okay. Oh, no, did I? I don't know. No, I didn't. Okay. A raffle just started? Oh, okay. Is hating on JJ being mean to Scott? No, we'll say that it's not.
I mean, it's being mean to Jimmy John's.
That's true.
To be clear, neither of us are like big Jimmy John's fanboys. It's not like it's Cane's or something. I'm not going to wear any Jimmy John's merch, but I would wear a Cane's shirt or something. Buy a stuffed dog for my dog to eat.
There you go. Chad, have you ever seen the movie Kull the Conqueror? Kull the Conqueror.
Krull?
No, Kull. Kull, the Conqueror. We already have a Dr. Pepper sponsor. I wish. Can we at least agree that Firehouse subs are better than both JJ and Subway? I've only ever eaten at Firehouse a couple of times, and it was all right. But you know, it's the hot sub thing versus the cold sub thing. I like cold subs.
Firehouse was pretty good, but a lot of the locations closed over the pandemic. It seems like.
That is true. There was one up at my house that
yeah, the one over by the
source.
Mm-hmm.
Is that knife protecting his maidenhood? Knife.
He's talking about he's got a dagger hanging from straps.
Yes, definitely.
His crotch knife.
Definitely.
2 minutes left in this giveaway for our limited functional chat. If you haven't entered, well, your odds are really good right now. Got 29.
Wow, Jesus.
Yet, Twitch is apparently like slowly melting down. This is amazing. I'm glad we went live when we did, because I think we actually might not have been able to go live now.
Oh, wow. That would have been so sad to have driven all the way in here not to go live.
Yeah, I would hate it if that ever happened.
When you're doing the sort of sketching / scribbling with the brush for the leather wear, how do you think about it? How do you think about it? I keep trying to do it on intestines for my death guard and feel kind of about it. I always try to catch the bottoms of details. So like, for instance, when I'm painting like this droopy belt right here, I'll like edge highlight the bottom of it and then like layer highlight on the top of it. But then as we get closer and closer toward the bottom of the leather, I'll like leave this part, the original base color, whatever it was. That's kind of like the max amount of thinking that I'm doing at this present time. But I also sometimes just totally mess that up and like absolutely fail. So I'm not too worried about doing that all the time. Or like if I'm looking at this belt on the front of him, I'll do the same thing but just sideways. I'll layer on paint entirely on that whole face of the belt, and then as it kind of rotates more toward the side of his rib cage,
We got a winner.
Oh, nice. I will just edge highlight, keeping the original base tone in place. Who won?
Shano John.
Shano John, congrats! You won a Miniac cutting mat.
Hopefully you're still in the chat.
If you aren't, we will pick a new winner.
Sweet. All right, so Sean or John. Yeah, pretty much tag it. I am going to tag you from the Miniac account. Attempt to whisper the Miniac account there. Oh, okay. Huh. If you can, whisper us there, and I will communicate with you further. Otherwise, we may have to go to alternative methodology.
Shano John, there are some problems with chat right now due to Twitch's failings. So if you're having trouble DMing us, it might take a little bit more time for this cutting mat to show up at your place. But just know that we'll work on it.
Okay. Sean, you're on the Discord, right? You're a subscriber, so that makes this easier.
You might not actually be on the Discord.
Yeah, I'm doing ! Subscribe. In case you aren't on the Discord, subscribers can link their Twitch account and Discord account and get into the Miniac Discord.
Okay. Got some strappy straps painted up. Network error. Nice.
Yeah.
Did anyone say anything about Cole the Conqueror? No one seen that movie? Fuck, what was the guy who played in the Barbarian TV show that often was associated with Xena Princess Warrior? What was that actor's name? I expect you to know this, Evan.
Sorry, I was not paying attention.
It's a Barbarian TV show. Kevin Sorbo, thank you.
Hercules? Yeah, Kevin Sorbo.
Kevin Sorbo played the Barbarian in this movie, Cole the Conqueror, that reminded me a lot of Conan the Barbarian. It was bad, but he's from Minnesota? That's cool. I think Kevin Sorbo is too nice of a guy to be a barbarian. Maybe that's just me, though.
Kevin Sorbo's not that nice of a guy.
Well, his acting persona is.
Yes, he was that nice of a guy. He kind of went off the deep end. In the last few years.
Kevin, no. Well, in 2000 or whatever, he was too much of a nice guy to be a barbarian in Cole the Conqueror. Man, how am I painting these? I feel like I keep picking up a model and it's like half done, and I don't remember ever painting it. They wanted a Midwest accent. Okay,
so maybe they've fixed Twitch.
Okay. What am I doing? Oh, I wanted to paint. There's this fucking little
Bowl Soup says, I think Twitch is fixed. I'm here.
Hey, what up,
Yeah,
Piglet?
all right. Cool.
Just for the giveaway to him. Just in time.
It's all right. We could give away more stuff.
Well, we will if we hit our sub goal.
That's right. And now that people can actually sub, maybe that'll happen.
Hey. Glad to be able to speak about how much I hate Subway. Derpy Dewey, welcome back to the chat. That was the issue. This was a targeted attack on fucking JJ lovers. That was the problem.
They're doing a poll about Subway. Dump it.
Bring it down. Show the tips. I mean, okay, my hair looks bad right now, but I'll show you the tips. Ooh. The tips. Haven't got a haircut yet. I was supposed to get a haircut this last Thursday, but then I scheduled it to next Thursday. So 2 days, the tips are getting reduced. I don't know. I don't think I'm getting all of them reduced. All right. One of these directions is the right way to put this hat on. It's like a USB thing, right? You gotta flip it 3 times before it's on the right way. Chubbs01! Twitch went down to prevent my participation in the most important poll of all time. I'm glad that enough JJ haters were here to stand. There weren't. Okay, I got it.
No, he says JJ haters. He's Team Subway.
What the fuck, Chubbs?
How do I refund you?
Ban him. Take his money and ban him. Fuck the JJ haters. Mike Judy is back. GPK. GPPK. I would love if there was a pro Russian Dota player in my chat, but there is not. Tip reduction surgery.
What am I doing here?
I don't know. What are you doing?
I've lost my train of thought again.
Weird.
It's happened 3 times today. That's more than normal.
Losing your train of thought?
Huh?
You smoking too much weed, dude?
Yeah, that's me. Definitely.
You weed smoker, dude?
Toke till you choke and whatnot.
Yep. Mike Genie. The only thing I hate more than JJ haters is painting eyes. Dude, how about painting eyes inside of a face mask like this? You know? Are you ready for that? I'm not ready for that. Chat is back, baby! What up, Ludonk? Haha, PP.
Ho ho.
Oh man, my little Dwarden eyes are rough. Yeah, dude. Quick question, do I need to wash fine cast models like resin? Quick answer, there is never a problem with washing any kind of model. It is always an okay idea to do. I would say the only time it's required is probably when you can see a shine on the model. And even then, honestly, I had some models that were resin cast that had a shine on them, and I washed them and they still had a shine on them, but that's really the only indicator that there's some kind of grease or something like that on the model that needs to be taken care of. Has Miniac made an eye painting tutorial? I don't remember seeing one. No, I haven't. Chubbs, we hate you, but we love you at the same time. Hey Scott, I'm about to make some forest bases that hold up a flying model. Any tips / thoughts to sell the art of the flying effect without the flying stand? I'm thinking twigs for the trees that barely touch the flyer. I mean, you nail it right there. Some kind of strong thin armature. I think the thinner the armature, the more convincing the effect's gonna look. So it's gonna come down to how confident you are in whatever armature you pick. I might suggest this kind of armature for that kind of effect. Let me grab it out real quick. This is called hanging wire. It is steel and it's 16 gauge. Obviously, the thicker the gauge, so the lower the number, the thicker it'll be. But like this stuff is bendable, but like it's really, I mean, it's gonna have zero problem holding a plastic model, even like a large vehicle. And you could hide this inside of like tree texture, for instance. You could like scuff it up so that milliput would stick to it, or any kind of texturizer. And then you could apply the milliput or whatever, dirt and PVA glue, and then maybe scratch it up a little bit to get some tree bark like texture in there, and all of a sudden it's tree branch. There you go. So some kind of hanging wire would do good. Thicker the gauge. Eye painting tutorial at Subway, dude. All right, all Miniac classes in 2023, AKA all 0 of them, will happen at a Subway.
What are you talking about? You have a class that you're teaching in like 2 weeks.
That's true. I did not forget about that. I did forget about that.
He lost his train of thought.
No, me and John actually got together and like made a list of all the things we still needed to do to prepare for that class. So it's definitely in the back of my mind. Adam Stevens, 18 months of Prime Summit. Woo! Totally not forgetting about it. I did in the moment. I will admit. Time to look up Subways near LVO, Kappa.
Oh man, now people are gonna troll you by getting a bunch of. There's gonna be a battle of people getting Jimmy John's delivered and Subway delivered to the class.
Oh no, dude. Someone got canes. They brought canes to the Top Live at AdeptiCon, and I appreciated that. The Wee Beastie. Thank you for the sub, the Prime sub, no less. Hey, Scott, what you and your frosted tips think of Turnip 28? The really cool kit bashing potential hooked me, and I've already ordered some models. Jersey Mike's, I mean, that's like same thing as JJ to me. Take it or leave it. It's all the same.
Whoa. No, Jersey Mike's is the best.
Okay.
Philly cheese? Fill me with Philly cheese.
Philly
That's what I have to say.
See, the only Philly cheese sandwich that I think is worth a damn in Minnesota is Tono's. I think if it's not coming from Tono's, I don't want to fucking hear about it.
I mean, that might be true, but it doesn't matter because the Philly cheese is still good.
They put goddamn green peppers on it. I'm gonna kill a bitch, okay?
You telling me you don't like peppers and onions, son?
I like onions. Onions are fine, but keep those goddamn peppers away from my Philly cheese sandwich. Okay, I want cheese.
So get it with no green peppers, then.
I want cheese with
you big
whiz
baby.
And onions. All right, here's Mike Genie's tier. Firehouse Subs, Jersey Mike's, Jimmy John's, Taco Bell Dumpster, Subway.
I would broadly agree with that. I think actually I would put Jersey Mike's above Firehouse, but they're pretty even.
They're all the same, other than fucking Subway. Nano DSC, thanks for the Prime sub. We appreciate it. Derpy Dewey says, to clarify, Turnip 28 is not a sandwich. We're kind of on a sandwich train right now. I'm sorry about that.
Turnip 28 is a tabletop miniatures game and setting developed by British artist Matt Fitzgerald.
Yeah, so I didn't know that Turnip 28 lent itself to kit bashing. I thought it was more of an idea and less of a system.
The world of Turnip 28 is a combination of post-apocalyptic with Napoleonics and root vegetables.
Yes.
And it's about turnips.
They had a Kickstarter recently come out, but again, correct me if I'm wrong here, Derpy Dude, but no particular person owns the idea of Turnip 28. It's more of a community thing, and now someone recently decided to do a Kickstarter campaign for it that everyone kind of, was okay with. It wasn't it didn't seem like people were trying to get money off the idea. I recently watched John Oliver's 30-minute bit on Subway. I had no idea Subway is such an insane company.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Are you still planning on doing Top Live at LVO? We are trying. I think that is definitely gonna happen. The AdeptiCon Top Live is more of a mystery.
Odin asks, I was thinking about going to Adepticon this year, but one of my factors is cost. How much would I expect to spend up spending?
Someone also asked about AdeptiCon advice in general, or any advice on classes, how many to take. We talk about this a lot in the podcast. There are actually whole topics dedicated to this. If you want a more thorough answer, check that out. But okay, so 2 AdeptiCon questions. How much are you gonna spend? And then how much or what about class advice? If you don't have friends you're going with, take as many classes as you want. That's the advice that I told myself. If you have friends that you're going with, you want to hang out with them, don't take classes. Take like 2. They take up so much goddamn time, and if you're partying late into the night and you fucking it's 5 in the morning, you got a class at 10 a.m., that just fucking sucks. Okay, so just like, don't plan morning classes if you can avoid it. If you got friends, maybe do 1 or 2 classes. If you don't have friends, fucking load it up. Whatever. Have 1 day to do the thing, the merch floor thing, the vendor hall, and then after that, then you can class it up every single day of the week. That would be my advice. How much would it cost? You can actually go to AdeptiCon for free. You can walk to the vendor hall and not pay anything. Well, actually, you know what? That changed this year. You can't do that anymore. You used to be able to do that. Now you can't. So at the most, $25, I believe, is admission.
At the minimum.
At the minimum. You're right. And then after that, a class can range anywhere from a free to like literally $500. I would say the average class that is 8 hours long and lasts a day, 4 to 8 hours long, probably comes with a mini and costs around $150, $200. So that's what it costs, but they vary wildly, y'all.
How many classes are you gonna take?
I take 0.
Wow.
I used to take a lot, and now I don't take any more.
You heard it here first, folks. Scott has nothing left to learn.
Exactly. Tutorar, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. How many classes are you going to teach? 0. I don't teach any classes at AdeptiCon, at least now, because we just have fun at AdeptiCon. We don't really work at all.
Scott goes to AdeptiCon to be Con John.
Yes, I'm just hanging out, having a good time. Everyone's laughing. So yeah. But at LVO, we're teaching a class. I got bullied in the Discord trying to talk about classes. Fucking rip, dude. I want to go to AdeptiCon so badly, but it always falls on my son's birthday, so I need to wait until he's old enough to come with me. That's Pog.
What's the minimum age?
I don't know. Like because Golden Demon is now a thing that happens at AdeptiCon. Like you have like the young blood category to participate in, and there are plenty of things that kids can do there.
You just bring your baby. It's fine.
Bring your babies. I would say it's more of an adult thing, but I mean I am an adult, so it's kind of hard to know what's suitable for a child. I'm not the person you want to ask that question to.
Scott often has to remind himself that he is an adult by saying, I'm an adult.
This is true. Where's the Miniac party? The Miniac party fucking floats around, but boy howdy, if you're walking the halls late at night, you might see a random Miniac just floating around. Just a little toasted.
There might be a John in the distance by a Space Marine.
Oh yeah, dude. Probably with like a bag on his head, Imagine bringing your child to a face painting class at AdeptiCon and being extremely disappointed. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I expect at AdeptiCon.
Listen, if you want to raise your child to be a savant miniature painter, the only answer is to bring them to Adepticon when they're like 1. You've heard of perfect pitch, but how about perfect brush control?
Yeah, this is the place.
Yeah, instead of making them practice their piano for an hour every day, it's nope, you got to paint the eyes. Can't eat dinner until you paint the eyes, Timmy.
Will Kanjan successfully heist the sword this year? Likely not. Okay, I have to go to the bathroom, so I'm gonna mute myself and I'll BRB. And Reaper, thank you for the raid.
Timing on raids every time.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick, but thank you so much for the raid, Reaper. Happy holiday season to everyone at Reaper. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, guys. Be right back. Oh, I need my phone, dude. You know, you need your phone when you're pooping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're muted. I muted you on my end. Check this one out. Check this one out one time. No, it didn't actually hit the corner. It was 1 pixel off. Oh, man. Was that it? I looked away for a second. Oh, nope, 1 pixel off. You know what? Let me slow it down. Let me slow it down. That way it's much more clear. Yeah, that's what's up. Oh, there it was. You'll have to look at the stream to understand. Not yet. You want me to turn you on? It did.
Hello, stream. Oh my God, look outside. Yo, it is fucking coming down outside. All right, let's do a little fucking. Oh shit, is this that model? Oh my God, I'm so excited. Okay, let's do a little mail time.
Mail time.
No tears. It is a waste of good suffering. DVD screensaver programmer, probably. To clarify, term 28 for Scott is a setting with free rules and a campaign with official 3D prints and physical models. Yes, okay. So I knew all that. I didn't know if the recent Kickstarter was like an actual official thing or if it was like, if it was something else. Like if it was like a third party doing their take on Turn Up 28. I didn't know if there was like someone who owned the idea. Okay, so firstly, I have a good buddy named Ryan in California who runs a company that makes like laser cut fucking paint rack storage things. And he sent me a little Miniac ornament out of laser cut wood with paint in it. It's the red letters are sparkly in it. Isn't that cool? Also the fucking detail on the laser engraving. My God, what are you doing? Oh, okay. Ryan in California is a weird name. It is. Isn't that cute? Right. Okay, this I'm very excited about. Okay, so I'm always on the hunt. Damn it, I hate seeing cool laser cut shit. I own one, and I should be making this shit. It's all right, you got time, man. All right, so I'm always on the hunt for sexy vampire models, and I'm slowly amassing an epic collection of 32 millimeter vampire models that are not GW ones, because for a long time, and it's still true, they're hard to find. Like, GW has the fucking, like, they have the best 32 millimeter vampire models, like, bar none. Like, at least the largest percentage of them. And so it's hard to find good vampire models in that scale. But I have been working my little butt off, and I found some that I'm gonna show you all today. It's gonna be glorious. I also love vampire models. You think it's a Scott thing? It is, absolutely. Okay, so this company, oh wait, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? This is something else. Oh no, he sent me a test model. Okay, right. Okay, I hate packing peanuts. They're the devil. Okay, so there were just like square bases in here. Cool.
My Jimmy John's sandwich just exploded all over me.
That's good. Okay, so this company is named Cernunios. It's a French-Canadian company in Quebec. And this is how you spell it. I don't want to show his address, and I don't want to show mine either. So it's Cernunnos. Okay, there's no website for this company. You have to talk to this guy. He sends you a PayPal invoice, and then he ships it to you, okay? We're talking fucking kind of lo-fi here. Cernunnos, but it's French, so that sounds not French. Okay, look at this model. Look at this wonderful vampire barbarian model. He's got this little skirt that goes here. And he's got his big old fucking weapon. And he's a brute. He's a brute vampire. This is a really nice little figure. Nice heroic scale, good muscles. You can see his fangs pretty clearly. Tons of fun volumes to paint in the back. Really cool.
So here's my question, Scott.
Yeah.
Vampires only feed on blood. How do they eat big to get big?
You drink more blood.
I guess.
Blood's got everything you need in it. The bigger the boy.
You'd have to drink a lot of blood.
Yeah, dude. Bigger the boy, bigger the blood consumption, for sure. You drink a lot of people. Cernunnos is the Celtic god of the wild. Oh, that's cool. Man, it sounds like Scott's getting back into black market vampire model deals now. Yeah, dude. His deadlifting his weapon. Yeah, he's a big fucking boy. Anyways, really cool model, really small, fun company. Been really enjoying finding these smaller companies. They sent me along another one, which is a little bit harder to know what it is because it comes in more pieces, but it looks like a nice, simple model design, not too many details.
I know what that is. It's a miniature.
Hey! Anyways, that is the first of mail time. I'm loving it.
The other box, the destroyed box, which came last week when you weren't here.
Yes.
It's got some plinths in it.
It's got some plinths, right.
It's also missing some plinths, I think.
Those are the extras.
Well, I just mean that box came ragged.
Yes.
It definitely looks like some just kind of, there may be some plinths on the road somewhere.
Yes.
Literally fell off the truck.
It is a little... Luckily, I didn't need them because I was a little sad about that. How do you find this? So they have a Facebook website. You gotta email the guy and tell him what you want, and then he sends you a PayPal invoice. It smells like Slim Jims and Dr. Pepper in here. We got a ninja. What up, Johnny boy? Okay.
Slim Jimmy John's, baby.
Second bit of mail time.
Oh.
I'm sorry, third bit of mail time.
More
mail time. We got a little bit of Judgment Eternal Champions from our friends over at Creature Caster. Pete ran me through a demo of this game, and I really loved it. You know, of all the games I've played, this one reminded me the most of a MOBA without the bullshit that you don't need. Like when you're making a MOBA board game, you do not need to do the lanes and creeps and shit. There are other more important things to try to make into a game. Yeah, they sent me this one, so this is not me getting it from Kickstarter. So if you are waiting on a copy as a backer, like, don't worry, they're still taking care of you. This is not an item in store yet, but it is soon. But yeah, so I played a demo on. I think my. Sorry if I'm making sounds.
Let me headphone.
I think it popped off my chest, but I think we're okay. Maybe
we're okay for now.
Does the game have an item store? I believe it does. It has a well that you respawn at, which I fucking love. I love that mechanic. There's a similar mechanic in what's the game we played?
Super Fantasy.
Super Fantasy Brawl has a respawn mechanic for your heroes, and it's just such a good because like you still get the feeling of success as the enemy for killing someone, but then as the player you get your model back, and so it just in a 3v3 game is so huge because like it just makes you feel not terrible when people die.
Personally, I disagree. I think that there should be farming creeps, and you should have a player that's dedicated to it. And
that's
all
fun.
They do is they have to announce, "I killed another creep."
Yeah, right. Yeah, you have like gold. there's fucking like
everyone else plays the game for
heroes.
20 minutes while they just every time it's their turn they go, "I killed a creep. Give me another gold."
There's some Nature's Prophet type heroes just like split pushing side lanes constantly. It's super fucking annoying. Yeah.
Truly the best asymmetrical board game design. I killed a creep, give me another gold. Don't worry, when late game rolls around, I'm totally going to carry this bitch.
Okay, so I'll show you a couple of models. There's a lot to show you, so it might take too long. I don't want to get too stuck here, but
we're pretty stuck here.
I know, we kind of are. Yeah, the snow is coming down pretty hard. Just pick Terrorblade and farm Titan Shard. You can't even farm Titan Shard. Show me the model, Evan.
Yeah.
All right.
He's a big boy.
He's a big boy. There's two Minotaur heroes. There's bad guys and good guys. But
that Minotaur has a fucking gun.
He's got a gun and a goddamn chainsaw on it. So okay.
He's from Gears of War. Where's my wife?
Okay. So the issue. So this game was originally 54 mil. And it seems like it's being packaged like a board game right now because they come pre-assembled in thermo fit plastic.
So these are the plastic minis, not the resin minis?
I don't know what material they are. Let's give it a little scrapey scrape.
Because Repray says, did you get the resin minis or the PVC?
I mean, that's cleaning up pretty nicely, but maybe it's some kind of CO cast. I don't know what I got to answer your question. These are cleaning more nicely than... I mean, it looks like this is plastic injection molding. But here's what I'll say. It scrapes. It scrapes nicely.
Yeah, it's a hard plastic for sure.
Why can't CMON fucking do this? This is adequate detail, and I can clean it fine. What the fuck, dude?
I mean, they do on the weapons for some guys.
Yeah. Is it a cost thing?
I think that the harder the plastic, the shorter the mold life is generally the rule.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. So, if you guys don't know anything about Judgment was originally a 54 millimeter game that Creature Caster bought and then made a whole bunch of new characters for and used some of the old characters for. Like, I know for a fact these two characters were in the original 54 millimeter game. Vampirist 66, thanks to the Prime sub. Can we get a size comparison to a Diet Dew? I don't have a Diet Dew, but I can give you a size comparison to a Dr. Pepper. We're looking at, I don't know if that helps much. This guy he's 32 mil. He's got it, but he's a little chunkier. Yeah, he's taller. He's maybe 40 mil. Because he's crouching and he's still the same height as the Soundsman. But yeah,
it's like Stormcast Eternal size.
Yeah, I would say that's a pretty good way to relate. But yeah, so my issue with this game is it was bought from a third party. They liked the game. They wanted to improve it. That's cool. But you can tell that it's kind of like a little bit all over the place aesthetically. And I models, I don't know. I don't know anything anymore. I feel like in a MOBA, it's okay if there's no aesthetic thing linking everything together, but I don't know, because in In a video game, that's okay, but maybe in like a model game, it's more important that the models have some kind of aesthetic thing linking them together. It's hard to say.
The new General's Handbook is out for AOS. And your Soulblight Gravelords need to be rewritten according to the Sable Silver.
Is this a good thing or a bad thing?
Uh...
Sable, is this good news or bad news, bro? I also got a wet palette from a different company, but I don't know. Yeah, the only thing that GHB does, if I'm correct, is it gives you more scenarios and it changes the point cost. It doesn't change anything about the stats of the models or like that. Is that right?
It also adds stuff like the Galatian Veterans and Bounty Hunters and stuff. The new season is all about heroes. And it actually looked pretty neat because it makes it so heroes can fight in the hero phase.
Oh, interesting.
So it seemed kind of interesting. As opposed to the previous one that just was like rules that I really didn't like and wanted to ignore. And we did. So, hooray.
Yeah. Someone said Scott should know he leaked it from Warhammer World.
The Sable Silver says nearly everything got a points drop except Blood Knights.
Hell yeah, brother.
So, Scott just got OP. More OP.
I just got another vampire on my list. Tell me that Evan's Dragon's like doubled in price.
Blood Knights got increased though.
Okay.
Rip.
That's okay. I'm still taking 3 units. I mean, I imagine they didn't increase in price that much. Nagash got a 55 point drop. All right, I'll take it. I'm never gonna run Nagash, but I just don't like running the big bad model. You know, they just soak up so many goddamn points.
Yeah, but Skeletor cool.
Skeletor. I'm back, bitches. What up, Rubik's Kid? Slaves to Darkness, no changes. See, that's the weird thing. They put a hot fix. It's not a hot fix. They put GHB out. You know what? They probably had GHB done before the Slaves to Darkness were done, so they just never got a chance to really put in changes for them.
The new GHB is out, He-Man.
I'm cheaper.
You'll be seeing me on the battlefield, He-Man.
So don't worry about Nagash if you have to drop Mamps and do Ogre. It's just like the time I demanded. No Amazon server can stop me. It doesn't, well, Lookout Sir doesn't mean you can't shoot a character near a unit.
There's a new thing.
Oh, is there a new
Yeah.
thing? Okay, so it's different now.
The heroes, when they're with their, like, brigade unit, you can't target them first or something.
Brigade unit?
I don't know, man.
Battle line?
Yeah, no, like, what battalion? There's a special battalion that, like, creates a hero in a retinue type thing.
Okay.
And you have to target the retinue type thing first.
Have you like read the whole goddamn rulebook already or something like that? Or how do you know this shit?
No, but I saw they put out a rules preview like a week ago for some of this stuff.
And
they talked about it on Vincey V's weekly program, Warhammer Weekly, every Wednesday afternoon.
Warhammer. If it's Wednesday, it's Warhammer.
That's right. Never misses a show.
Even when he's dying.
Even when he's dying.
The Kitten, thank you for gifting a sub to Chad Kit. Not a battalion. It's another word similar to battalion. Maybe they can append the word onto the front of it, like War Scroll Battalion or like Spicy Battalion.
Yeah, but it's like a battalion. It may as well be a battalion. Yeah, and it's got to be their designated battle line unit in the battalion or something, and then it's like a hero and bodyguards. But you can only have a max of 9 wounds on that hero before they're not eligible for that thing anymore.
But that was what Lookout Sir. So they just
changed. No,
it's
any battle line unit. Okay, I don't know. Whatever.
Changed Lookout Sir then, right? That's what it was. Like you couldn't be 10 wounds or higher to benefit from Lookout Sir. You had to be near a battle line unit, and then you got some benefit. The rule is the key to victory. Thank you. Spicy battalion sub. You fucking know it.
Listen, man, I just work here.
My Awada just got delivered, Pog. Man, there's just a whole bunch of bumpy plastic right here, and I do not know what it's supposed to be.
Only if they're Italian, Rufus Kit.
Happy New Year, Vincent B. Do they carry extra water to boil their pasta?
Yeah, if they're Italian.
Yeah, dude. That's one of my special rules. One of my attack profiles is boiling pasta water. Very good at emulsifying with cheese. And also giving mild form of skin burn. Skin burn? Their command ability. Who is command ability?
Command ability?
Yeah, probably. Triple 4-up rally is mildly terrifying. I don't even know what that means. I don't know what rally cry is.
I gotta look at this new book. That's what I have to say. Where's the new?
Was this the thing that got a huge leak? There was something recently that got leaked.
It's weird. They have all these. I guess it's not that weird because they get the books printed outside of the company. I was just thinking about the other day that we've never seen official 3D files leak from GW. You know, like the pre-master 3D files that they used to cut their sprues.
I mean, that'd be insane.
In the land of everyone getting hacked and their systems being compromised for like 6 months at a time before they realize it, I'm just surprised it hasn't happened to Games Workshop yet.
Yeah.
Since it's happened to like every other company.
Maybe no one really cares about it. Doesn't seem like a valuable thing compared to the credit cards, maybe.
Scaver has just resubscribed 19 months in a row. New job starts next Monday.
Whoo!
So I'm spending the week painting minis. Nice.
That's fun.
Nice. I typed in the new GHB into Google, and I got an old dangerous drug has made a comeback. It's the top result. And I'm like, yep, that's Warhammer.
The GHB drug. The one thing I want to say, I can't. Okay.
It's the only way for me to win, Mike Genie.
The Sable Silver, you can do it in my Discord if you're a patron or a subscriber. Whiffstrand, thank you for the Prime sub. They can just air gap all their 3D sculpting computers and storage. A neighbor of Jeremy Renner, Hawkeye, who has long maintained a vacation home in the Lake Tahoe area, told TMZ that the plowing machine accidentally ran over one of his legs. Before paramedics arrived, a neighbor who's a doctor put a tourniquet on Renner's leg as he was losing a lot of blood. Fucking A. How do you all transport your SOF miniatures in the original boxes?
Jeremy Renner got run over by a snowplow.
God damn. I don't put them in their boxes. I do magnetic storage for my dudes. And
god damn.
Some foam storage for my other dudes. So yeah, a combination of magnetic and foam storage.
This is one of those, you know, the snowplow in The Shining that the guy uses to get to the hotel when he's called out to by Danny?
Yes and no.
It's like one of those, apparently.
Okay, apparently it was his own snowplow.
Yeah, it was a gigantic, like snow cat snowplow. And between that and Ken Block dying, it has been an interesting year already. Yeah, for those that don't know, by the way, Gymkhana legend Ken Block was killed in a snowmobiling accident yesterday.
Silent spend is not a term for marriage.
I mean, kind of, though.
Okay. I'm kind of forgetting about this. I hate it when I make a mistake on a part of the mall I don't have paint out available to immediately fix. I hate forgetting about a problem.
You just have to look at it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. An NFL player almost died on the field yesterday as well.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. They stopped the game because his heart stopped working on the field.
Jesus. It's terrifying. See ya, Ebert. I wonder if people on the Jeremy Renner app are losing their minds over the news. Is there a Jeremy Renner app?
Oh, that was the whole thing. There was a Jeremy Renner fan app that he had made.
Oh no, dude.
Of course, the NFL wanted to keep going.
Someone's dying? Yeah, I come to your house and sign you up. Kung Fu Monk. Thanks for the Prime sub. Love the
Man,
content.
that was a tough read.
It was. Love the content on both Twitch and YouTube. Appreciate it. Thank you for the support.
I don't know how you link your Renner app account to the Discord.
That's very important.
Sun's Ride, subscribing with Prime. It's the 1 year mark. Bringing in 2023 with a 1 year anniversary on that sub. Well done.
Thank you for the 1 year of support. I appreciate it.
Couch Frog has a question for you.
All right.
He says, Scott, are you planning on taking some time off this next month? If I recall correctly, in the paste, you've holed up for a month of video games in January/February-ish. If so, will your streams content continue as scheduled with guests?
I think I haven't really thought about this or made a formal decision. I've thought about this, but I haven't made a formal decision as to what I'm going to do. I think the podcast is taking a week off, 2 weeks off, so we're going to skip an episode. I think I'll probably continue to do the live streaming. Normally, I'll be in the office probably most days because I got a couple things I got to do, set up my new NAS and work on the gaming live stream set to, fuck with the lights and stuff. So it depends. But I think the streaming is going to continue as normal. And I have I have Alex working on some other videos that I've had footage for this entire time and just haven't made videos out of. And so there might even be 1 or 2 videos that come out in January that are maybe a little bit different than normal. But yeah, I'm gonna take some time off. Got a little vacay to Hawaii planned. It's gonna be good.
We're going to keep doing the live streams. It's going to bring me and the computer with.
Yeah.
Mini painting on the beach.
Mini painting in Waikiki. Easy. So more importantly, what video games are in the queue? Man, I thought I was done with Hades, but I keep playing it and keep enjoying it. So I'm playing that. I'm playing Dota. I'm playing V Rising. And then typically in January, I play a little bit of The Witcher 3. I've been playing a lot. I always install and uninstall it at the end of January. But yeah, so maybe a little bit of Witcher. Diablo 2 stream when? Never.
Curtis is buying me Diablo for Christmas.
Diablo
We're
2?
gonna be playing that. I don't know which Diablo we playing, but we playing Diablo. I think it's Diablo 2 remastered.
Ooh, okay.
And if the two of us play, that means you have to play.
No, I'm not playing.
That's how it works.
I'm not playing.
We'll show up at your house
Do not.
with knives.
You can only do that if you only play Dota. Okay. That's the only exception.
I mean, if you want to play Dota, we can, but I haven't touched that game in like 6 years.
No, I'll play Dota. You can watch.
I'm taking mid. Only me can carry.
God, no.
Anti-mage.
Anti-mage mid. All right. Yeah, we won't play. That'll be okay. You can play by yourself. And tell me how your games go. The deets on the new. I'll talk about this while I'm still painting. The new NAS is a Synology NAS. It's got 4 18 terabyte drives in it and 4 14 terabyte drives in it.
I need to grab that sweatshirt I got you if you're going to talk about this.
What is that?
Because you can't talk tech unless you're wearing LTT merch.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Did Mars get nerfed? What, did Mars need a nerf? Was there an issue with Mars? To be clear, Scott yelling at Scott to play Diablo 2 is not being mean to Scott. It's acting in Scott's best interest.
It's true. Yeah. One of the greatest games ever made.
Yeah. But yeah, I picked the Synology NAS because they have this functionality that allows you to use different sized hard drives together in a RAID array. And I had 4 like 16 terabyte drives already in my current NAS, and I wanted to continue to use those. They're the same make and model as the 18 terabyte drives I'm using, just a different storage capacity. So yeah, need a lot more storage. I'm actually super excited about this because for the longest time, I got a virus on my old NAS that 7-zipped a lot of my files with a password that I don't know. And I didn't catch it until turning the NAS on and off again. But this was a common virus that QNAP NASs get. And the one instruction was to not turn the NAS off because you could fix it if you didn't turn it off. So the only solution now is to transfer all the data on your NAS to a new storage device using this special protocol. But who the fuck has like a 18 terabyte, 20 terabyte external hard drive just laying around? Not me. But now I actually do. So I'll transfer it over using this special fucking software they have, and I'll finally have access to my shit that's been password encoded for like 3 years. It's incredible.
Unless it doesn't work.
It's not a virus, it's ransomware. You're correct. Sorry.
It can be a little of column A, a little of column B.
Yeah, I would say ransomware is a kind of software virus infection thing.
The Ice Blaze wants to know, do you play Warcry or Kill Team? Thoughts?
I've played Kill Team. I have not played Warcry. I don't really play either one of them a lot at the moment, but they're fun.
Kill Team's been played a couple times on stream. I think you can find 2 or so games on the Miniac's Backlog YouTube channel.
Yeah. Yeah. So I thoughts about Kill Team. It's a pretty solid game. It's one of GW's most solid games they've ever made. There's a little bit of rule clunk that needs to get sorted out, but otherwise it's pretty good.
Here's one of the games I just linked in chat. Yeah. And if you didn't know, we have a Miniac's Backlog YouTube channel. You can get subscribed and catch old VODs. It's really what it boils down to.
Yep.
Warcry. We were going to play Warcry last week.
Yes.
And then here's what happened. Nobody knew how to play Warcry. So instead we played Age of Sigmar.
We also all knew that we didn't know how to play Warcry going into that game.
Yeah.
There was a plan.
Yeah.
There was a plan to learn it.
There was a plan to learn it, and that plan didn't quite come to fruition because of the holidays and stuff.
Yeah.
And so went with the warm and comfy blanket of AOS. Also, did we catch Satiric Saint?
Satiric Saints got a sub in there?
Yeah.
No, we did
18
not.
months.
We did not.
Prime sub.
Rufus Kit says, clearly that data is vital if you've let it locked away for years. No, see, the one thing that this virus couldn't do, or ransomware couldn't do, is that it couldn't encode videos. So all my old video files from my past projects did not get held in captivity. So it wasn't a problem that I needed to sort out right away. It was a lot of pictures. So like if I had shot a time lapse, that shot was just totally lost. I couldn't reconstruct that time lapse, stuff like that. A lot of stuff from my old Duchess course that was like PDFs or like whatever, Photoshop files, things like that. They all got 7-zips. I couldn't ever use them again. Glitched Mythos. Thanks for the Prime sub. So Hades 2, yay or nay? Absolutely yay. I mean, I have no idea if the game's any good, but I'm so fucking excited.
Supergiant hasn't had a miss yet, so it'll be fine.
Yeah. Yep. All my nudes as well. Of course, those got locked away behind a 7-zip password, of course.
Yeah. Artistic nudes. Scott, have you considered making branded Miniac gauges?
I have not. Did a viewer ask that question?
Yeah, that's definitely not my idea.
Okay. I have not. DS 1821 Plus, is that a QNAP model? What up, Mystic Blue Cougar?
I feel like DS 1821 Plus is some sort of code for adult entertainment.
Blood Dragon says, you want some of that nude action, bro?
Dark Tide is pretty fun. I have played a good chunk of it.
Damn, would I re-pierce my ears for Miniac plugs? The problem, I don't think the Miniac logo is really suited for a circle, you know? It doesn't fit well into a circle.
I mean, you could just slap it right on the top in there.
You could.
Oh, is that the Synology NAS that you got is the question, the 1821.
Let's see. It was the only, I bought it on Black Friday because all the drives were on sale, but it was the only goddamn fucking NAS from Synology that wasn't on sale on Black Friday. All their 4 terabyte ones are on sale, but not the Big Daddy.
Rip.
Oh my God. What else is in here? Here's the big kahuna.
It's just banging around.
Oh, Daddy. Okay. It is a DS 1821 Plus indeed.
Nailed it.
Nailed it, Rufus Kit.
Okay, your mic is like falling down or something.
Okay.
I think.
No, it's still good.
Okay.
Strangely. Huh. Caked up. What the fuck? Isn't the Miniac logo in a circle on Twitch and YouTube? It is. And that's why I've kind of formed this opinion that I don't think it really works out super nicely. Okay. Gotta paint his axe shaft. Dan is birded by 219 rocks. Are you supposed to be drinking Diet Dr. Pepper? Gotta get my boy healthy, need more Tup. Oh, yes, you watched that Tup episode where I talk about how I just feel like I have a stomach ache 4 days a week. Like, what the fuck is wrong with me? I'm dying. Yeah, let me tell you, January is gonna do nothing good for me and my my stomach situation. But no, I probably should be drinking some kind of diet soda just to kind of, just to get used to it. I originally did not like Dr. Pepper at all. And then I just drank it a lot, and then it was fine. So I'm assuming I can do the exact same thing with diet. Zero is actually really good. Get some milk. Okay.
Get some pilk.
2000s advertising.
Pilk, baby.
Pilk.
Yeah. Scott.exe has stopped working.
Yeah, okay, I was reading chat. still don't know what I'm gonna do with this skin. The original guy has very luscious red skin. So I don't know if I'm gonna do the same thing for these guys or not. No joke, I only drink Diet Dr. Pepper at this point, and I don't miss the full beans version. Yeah, that's kind of what I hear from most people. Mixing any resin today? Never again. This guy's getting some paint wiped off on his...
Yeah, I think what you really need is a resin shaker.
Yeah, or you just, just don't have your fucking models out next to you while you're doing it. That works too.
Yeah.
Oh my god, don't lick so flat paint. Okay. Was not planning on it. You should give away your resin splooge models. Would you guys want that? I feel like I want them just to take footage of them. Because like that kind of shit doesn't happen very often. And I got like a couple shots of them.
I mean, you got it on camera, it happening.
I know, yeah.
I still can't believe that.
That was pretty good. Because I put the models there for staging purposes. I wanted the shot to look good. And then that's why the camera was on. And then I fucking got wrecked.
You just never stand downrange while a live fire exercise is taking place.
It's true. Sell us the sploods. You don't want to pay for that.
It actually says on the So Flat bottles that you can airbrush with them. You just need to wear a respirator. Be careful.
Yeah, they use some
heavy
typical
metal.
harmful chemicals you might find in artist grade paint.
Heavy metal.
Herver.
Rufus Kit, don't tell me what to do. I breathe deep from the well of plenty.
You breathe deep from the well of plenty?
Yes.
The fuck does that mean?
Means that when I'm airbrushing, I airbrush directly into my lungs.
It's right in there.
That's right. That's how you get strong.
Yeah, strong lungs. Paint these little beans. These little back beans. Sometimes just certain words just sound funny. Back beans. Is this fetish content? Yes.
Kinda, yeah.
What are you using on your wet palette? I'm using paint. I don't know what you mean. What's the question?
I think they mean that you're using a specific kind of special wet palette paper.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Made by Reynolds or something.
Actually, you know what? It's not Reynolds. It's the same paper that is used in... Start rattling off brands. Not Army Painter, not the one that I don't like. Everlasting Wet Palette. What's the other one?
Redgrass?
No, that's Everlasting.
Game Envy?
Game Envy, that one.
Good job, Richard Needs.
Richard, yeah, I'm using the paper in that wet palette, whatever it is.
So you are using special particular wet palette.
I am.
Paper painter.
Okay, I picked up, on the topic of wet palettes, the Cobalt Keep wet palette. I didn't pick it up. They sent it to me for free. I actually sent 2 of them. So we'll give one away at some point.
Oh.
But
took him a second.
Yeah, no, you almost got it. I got paper, but it didn't come with a sponge. And if you look at the
sure?
Yeah, I mean maybe not, but
is it in with the paper?
The box shows a sponge layer in this nice little tier. And I thought about that, and I opened up one of these little sleeves of paper, and I don't see a sponge in there. But there's some interesting things going on here. There is Blood Dragon subscribing. That's pretty interesting. Thank you very much.
Blood Dragon 667.
Yes. So just to give you my very quick opinion on this thing. First of all, you guys didn't see this handle because I didn't know if it was available for purchase. And I was just afraid that I was going to show you something that I wasn't allowed to show you. You know, no reason in particular I'd be afraid of that. But anyways, this is a Cobalt Keep painting handle.
Yep.
It's got a bunch of points to screw things in, and of course, the magnet on top.
Doodads. It's got a bunch of doodads.
A lot of doodads. So this works with their system. There's like a slot in the side here. It's very interesting. Here's one of the doodads that you can screw in, and I kind of want to hide it from you because it's kind of cool. NDAs are for chumps.
True though.
True, yeah, dude. Fuck NDAs. Love you, baby. Love you too. Check this shit out, bro. You can screw on a magnifying glass, bro? Are you fucking joking? Look at that. It just falls immediately.
Works really good.
Yeah, I know. You just gotta tighten it. Oh! All right, now it's tight. But like, you can, dude, truly, you can like, you can put it wherever you want, and it honestly, it works.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
It stays where you want it to go. I mean, it's got, okay, no, it's a little jank. It's a little jank. I don't want to lie to you, but you know, it's a cool idea at the very least. I don't know what else they have on their site. It is available for purchase, so I looked it up.
It obviously works specifically with their bases. Like it's got an interlock and a big magnet there.
Yes. And there are other things, like, you know, whatever. It's a cool, innovative idea for a handle we haven't seen so far. And I believe, I haven't tested this, but if Cobalt Keep has a brain, they made this thing fit in this hole. Oh, it's not very nice.
Almost.
Does the other one fit? I mean, it kind of does. I don't know what the point of this thing is. I thought
it's to put GW paint pots in, right?
Yeah, is that what it is?
Let's find out.
Do I have one? I do. Kind of loose. Okay, I don't know what they're for. I thought they would be for fucking handles, but they seem to be a little bit bigger. Anyways, there is this hex thing on top. I'll go to the wide camera again. Isn't there a light attachment? Yes, there is a light attachment. It's got a paint pot on top, kind of like a honeycomb pattern thing on top. And then it has where the wet palette goes, but there's no sponge in here. Couple of complaints about this just initially. Trying to get this thing on here, this honeycomb thing, you know what? It was actually a little bit more difficult than I originally tried out, but
maybe it wears in.
Yeah, maybe it wears in a little bit. Fair enough.
He's dying.
I'm dying. There is no fucking ventilation if you put this thing on for your wet palette. Not good. But hopefully, I haven't tested this yet, this should fit in here perfectly. Okay, that was the problem. This is too complicated. Getting your lid on your palette is too complicated. They got a little grommet that you can remove for evaporation. Cool, but the lid a little bit too hard to put on. But you know, it's a fucking box. It's a box with a hard palette in it. You know, not too complicated. Whatever.
I mean, that's pretty neat. I like it.
Yeah, it's neat.
How do you know when your wet palette is wet enough? The Ice Blaze wants to know.
I think it depends.
I always get dry spots on my palette, and then I don't know if that's correct.
John says, mine came with a sponge. They just don't like you, obviously. Yes,
yeah.
This is true. Yeah, I got two of them, and I opened both, and I looked at the box, and there's no fucking sponge in either.
They sent all the sponges to John, because he just needs them.
There's a sponge shortage.
It's wet down there down south.
Yes.
Here's my piece of advice, Ice Blaze. You put in water until it rises above the sponge. Just slightly. And you go, that's wet enough, probably.
Yeah. That is normally a good rule of thumb. So many bumpy belt-like things. Just gonna guess.
We had a couple of questions come in before that I wanted to get back to. Hang on.
Okay. Are you gonna run any NVMe drives in the NAS for caching? No, I'm not. I'm keeping it simple. Maybe I'll add that in. I'm assuming you know, does the DS 1812 Plus, does it have slots for NVMe drives? Because, I mean, if it's as simple as just plugging it in and saying, I have an NVMe drive to the software, and then it takes care of the rest for you, then I might do that.
Mycelium Veins says, real talk. How do you feel about Scale Color Artist Series? I have it, and I am not enjoying it as much as people seem to. Chimera and Pro Acryl seem so much smoother, easier to use.
Well, they're different paints entirely.
Yes.
Your Scale 75 paints are a hard body acrylic paint, which is different. Like, it's not just like one paint is thicker than the other. It's the ratio of pigment to medium is different. And so it's like, if you were to buy an artist grade paint and thin it down, you would have just inherently more translucent paint than if you were to buy a soft body paint. Like, think of it this way. In a soft body paint, there is 2-part pigment to 2 parts medium or something like that.
Heavy body, not hard body.
Yes, that's the thing. Is it's the same dilution of medium, but the medium they're using is thicker. And so what that means is the pigment load is the exact same. It's 1-to-1, making up a number for both paints. So yeah, it's they're different products. I've never really understood the love for artist grade paint. I've tried it. I don't know. It's okay. I use the white. I use white all the time, but that's really the only paint I use from tube paints. Did I say hard body? Dude, hard body paint.
You did definitely say hard body like 3 times.
They're just getting it in, dude.
I mean, I'm okay with it. You get bricked up for them hard bodies.
Yeah. So but to answer the question, I've never used that paint, so I don't know how it performs. But maybe don't thin it a ton. I don't know.
Hard body acrylics are when you leave the lid off. Yeah.
Bricked up. Hard body, ooh yeah. Have you ever seen the game Moonstone? I have. I actually own some of the fairy models. I think John gave me some fairy models for Amber because she had expressed an interest in painting fairies.
Comrade Anthony 1312 wants to know. So I'm doing a grimdark scheme for my sisters, but they're bright at the top. I heard TMM is better with grimdark stuff, but I sort of want to try NMM maybe for the top part. Does doing a mix of TMM and NMM look bad?
I don't know. I've never tried, but I feel bad. I feel like I have no real answers to any of these questions, but I feel like if I can't speak from a place of experience, then it's like kind of meaningless.
Just say what you feel to be true, Scott.
Here's what I feel to be true. On paper, I would say they generally don't mix, but it depends on the model a lot. Like John and I were discussing the podcast recently, and I think you could do red NMM, like a colored metallic, right next to TMM, silvers, golds, bronze, coppers, and that no one would bat an eye. Like literally, no hater of any kind of thing would even think twice that looked bad. But the issue becomes when you do silver TMM and then silver NMM. I don't know. You could lean into it and make the NMM silver just so obviously different than the TMM silver, and then that would probably look fine. But I think for the most part, you generally don't mix them. But different models will allow for different situations.
Yeah, Fluid Art makes a good point. Steve Garcia's gold-winning duel, Last Golden Demon, had a mix of TMM and NMM on it. It can be done. It can look amazing. It does not always.
Yeah, so I think Steve Garcia, if I can remember correctly, the weapons were NMM, and then the backpack shit was just TMM, and they really kind of faded into the background. I think all of the trim, I can't remember fully. But when I looked at that, I didn't even think about that. So, that's worth thinking about. If it's obvious, it's gonna, pop out, then maybe don't mix and match. But if it's not obvious, you can get away with it. What do you think about TMM terrain, but NMM miniatures? That's probably okay. That's probably fine. I'm a hater and would say it looks bad. You know, probably for the most time it would look bad, but it really depends on what you're painting as TMM, what you're painting as NMM. So it's hard to say. Doesn't Next Level Painting do a lot of TMM and NMM together? I don't know. Maybe.
Couch Frog wants to know what hobby destinations are worthwhile. Warhammer World, etc.
Minnesota.
Yeah, come to Minnesota. Just move here. That's what I have to say. If you're really into hobbying, if you're really into wargaming, all that kind of stuff, Twin Cities is pretty dope.
Yeah, what other destinations are there? I don't know if there really are any. I mean, I think it's more of like you're going to travel to visit like a con kind of thing. Like you'd go to Monte San Savino in Italy to go to MSS. You might go to Scale Model Show or Challenge, SMC. You might go to the World Model Expo. It happens every 2 years. It kind of depends. I think the events are probably more hyped than the locations.
Yeah, there are quite a few different events that are amazing.
Yes.
I went to Gen Con for the first time last year. That was pretty
awesome.
Sweet.
Yeah, that was definitely awesome, I bet.
I know that Scott loves AdeptiCon.
Yep.
We'll never say anything bad about AdeptiCon except that he can't be at AdeptiCon all the time.
That is the only downside.
Are you a hockey fan?
Me?
Scott? Yeah.
No.
Yeah, because Scott's not really from Minnesota.
Yeah, that and I'm not really a sports fan.
Yeah, but it's Minnesota. I'm not a sports fan, but hockey is in my veins,
yeah,
baby.
But you watch hockey?
No.
See, you're not a hockey fan.
But I do, but I don't.
Okay.
I dream of going to the Winter Classic, and then every year I can't afford to go. Because playing outside sounds more appetizing to me.
Yeah.
Con John's liver couldn't handle year-round Adepticon. That may be true.
World Model Expo is every 3 years.
Damn.
Okay, I was wrong. Sorry. My bad. Guild Ball, though, that's the closest I get to sports. Some of these straps need more love than other straps. Sometimes these thigh straps are very dark on the other models, but sometimes they're really bright.
Do esports count as sports?
In what sense?
I have read the question.
I mean, they're not physical. So if in your definition sports are physical, then no, it is not a sport. If a sport is something where it's like, 2 different teams consisting of 1 to however many players are, fighting off to achieve some common goal, and they're really trained and stuff like that, then yes, it is a sport. But it's hard to say.
I would say, yeah, by the strictest definition, they aren't, but I think that most people would say that many things are, in fact, sports that don't necessarily read as sports.
See, I would say the opposite. I would say by the strictest definition, they are sports.
Well, the strictest definition is an activity involving physical exertion and skill in which an individual or team competes against another or others for entertainment.
Okay.
So it's the physical exertion part of that. Now, if you delete that and just say involving skill and it's competitive,
right?
Sure. Yeah, sitting all day ruins your body. How can esports not be physical? Well, here's the thing. It turns out that living, like just being alive, is bad for you and will eventually result in your death. And so if we use that as the metric for physical exertion, literally everything is a physical job or is a sport. Couch Frog, Song of Ice and Fire is designed and published by CMON. However, Dark Sword Miniatures, which is the license holder for George R.R. Martin's series, is here, and he has the exclusive license for miniatures based off of the books. And so the product is made in collaboration between the two. And yes, Jim Ludwig, the owner of Dark Sword Miniatures, is here and plays Song, and is occasionally at Source on Song Night. It's pretty neat.
John had a pretty funny comment. So y'all heard it here. Evan said golf and race car driving aren't sports.
Actually, the physical exertion of race car driving is probably significantly higher than a lot of traditional sports.
Yeah, I know. I think he mostly meant the thing where you're just sitting still and not doing anything.
Yeah. Well, definitely golf. Golf's not a sport. Anyone could be Tiger Woods easily, obviously.
Yeah, I'm going to say that. I'm going to use that as an excuse now whenever anyone gives me shit about esports not being a sport. But like, is golf a sport? They don't fucking do anything, dude.
In fairness, they are required to walk the course. They can't use golf carts in PGA. So they do have to walk, 5 miles or whatever.
Okay, that's more than any esports person ever have to walk from behind stage to on the stage.
True. They just sit in their wheelie chair and roll around DreamHack or whatever.
Yeah, dream.
Is hiking a sport? Hiking is physical. However, the second part is which an individual or team competes against another. Hiking is generally not competitive.
Competitive hiking, though.
Competitive hiking.
Sounds pretty fucking lit.
The International Hiking Competition League.
Yeah. Bumpy plastic. Sure, those are belts.
Is drinking Fireball a sport?
Fucking John's pro at that, dude. A waitress will walk 14 miles at her job, and it's her versus the kitchen versus the customers. That's more physical than golf's 5-mile walk. It is. You get verbal. Ranked OnlyFans. Technically, everything's a sport.
I mean, if you make it competitive and you organize some sort of scoring around it, sure. Sorry, let me put a little bit more Vince on that. Sure. Put a bit more Vince. I think Vince would actually have some interesting insights on this conversation in particular. What is and isn't a sport?
That's generally true of most things.
That's true.
He's got a lot of good insights. I'm a teacher. I have to chase kids all day. I'm obviously a professional athlete.
Here's the fun thing about that. You could be a professional athlete and not play a sport.
Okay.
Because athletics isn't necessarily sporting.
All right, we're listening. You have our attention. What's the deal here?
Because an athlete is someone who's proficient in sports and other forms of physical exercise. So just being in really good shape makes you an athlete.
Okay.
And if you're a professional athlete, professional means you get paid for it. So an Instagram fitness influencer is a professional athlete.
Okay. I'll take it. As long as I can call fucking Dota 2 a sport, I don't care what you say. All right? I'm down for anything. Colin Kaepernick is an athlete who doesn't play sports. Hey, that's a joke that I understand.
Although you spelled Kaepernick wrong, but that's fine.
That's fine. Walking to the restroom 40 times a day counts? It does. Your mom's a professional athlete.
Damn.
You guys should get the Dark Sword minis on top. Hey, that would be a bad idea. Talk about some fun stuff. Okay.
Jim could just bitch about how the price of metal keeps going up and up.
Yeah, probably.
That's big.
Okay, so we painted all like the light brown leather stuff and the axe haft and stuff, and now we're gonna paint the cowl on top of their head, the light blue, desaturated blue one, because we're gonna clean up some overspray, and we're gonna clean up some of that dark indigo blue that added as shading that got a little bit too crazy. I think sports is an open concept like game. That's fair. I think esports should be a sports. Words change meaning all the time. We need to limit ourselves to just one old meaning of something forever.
I definitely disagree. Words meanings have never changed, ever, in all of human history. There definitely aren't evolutions to language constantly throughout the ages, in addition to the invention of new languages. That's, in fact, an urban legend.
Chat, I'm not listening to Evan. He's being a pedant right now about definitions and words and languages and stuff.
I'm pretty sure I'm being the opposite of a pedant. I'm being sarcastic and kind of agreeing, but...
Okay. That sounds like Cap Evan. What is Cap Evan? Scott, I need your help. I haven't painted it in a while, and paints are basically coagulated. Any tips on getting them back to normal? Typically speaking, when your acrylics cured, they're cured forever. So there isn't really anything to fix that, unfortunately. You could try to crush them up a little bit. I think Ninjon on YouTube has a video where he like takes super old paint.
I've never heard of this Ninjon guy.
He's okay. Check him out.
Oh, okay.
And he crushed them up with a mortar and pestle, and maybe added some shit to it.
17-year-old dry paint versus hot new Warhammer, I believe is the name of the video.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm linking it now.
Give it. If you want to try to save it, do that.
John?
Esports is not a sport. That's why they called it esports. All right. Let's start painting some of these hood things.
I'm glad that Twitch is working now.
Why are you glad?
Because, like, now chat is moving the way it's supposed to.
Yay. I think when it comes to highlighting on top of something you already airbrushed, I think I've consigned myself to just doing the exact same paint that I just highlighted with recently. So like the last highlight I put on this cowl was bearing blue, and I'm now highlighting with bearing blue. And because the airbrush just layers on stuff so thinly, you never reach that full opacity bearing blue. And so I always kind of feel okay just applying the exact same paint as a highlight, right back on top of it. I'm glad hardware transcoding is working on the media servers now. Are you saying that you're getting more options in 1080p right now?
We've got 1080p, 720p, 480p, 360p, 160p. which is what I watch at.
Yeah, dude. You want to be able to count the bits.
All 7 of them.
Yeah.
No, I leave it going on the lowest setting in a web browser window just to make sure that we are in fact live.
Oh, okay.
But there's no reason to, waste bandwidth. So just give me that low, completely illegible quality.
That's a lot of P.
I mean, not a single word of text anywhere on the screen is even close to being readable. Here, let me just scroll this over and show you just how bad it really is.
Yeah. I feel bad for anyone who is trying to watch at that resolution.
Yeah. Thanks Twitch for transcoding down that low, I guess. So people on a 3G cell phone somewhere in the Yuma desert can watch, but
Sure, got them pixelated streams. Ooh, Scott, what you getting your gaming PC? Right now, I'm rocking a 2nd gen Threadripper with a GTX 3070. So not too bad.
Yeah, you know what time it
Is it fucking nut time or something like
is?
that? Evan got so happy when I remembered that.
Nut time.
What I'm doing right now feels like largely a waste of time. But that's okay. There are some other models that need it more than some other ones. Like the last model I painted did not need this step that I'm doing right now, but I feel like this one needs it more. You have a 5900 by 38. Oh, okay. I thought you were telling me that was the resolution. Nice. I instinctively covered my balls just now for nut time. I wanted to get a 3070, but I needed both my kidneys. Oh yeah. See, I got them a while ago. So they weren't, there are various points in GPU history where they didn't cost a kidney. And I was fortunate enough to be able to grab them at those points.
I have a AMD 3950 in my computer and a 3080.
I don't really know anything about AMD graphics cards.
Well, I don't have an AMD graphics card. I have
know.
an AMD CPU.
I'm just saying. I didn't really know a whole lot about AMD CPUs until I started looking at Threadripper and like the 3080 came out and everyone was going crazy about that. Right, it's a 3080. That was the most recent AMD CPU that took the world by storm. That or the 3070.
Sure.
I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
$3090, that's the one. Okay, I guess I'll join in. 1390K with an RTX 3080 Ti. That's a pretty good rig.
The key for mine is I bought right at like the super peak in 2020.
Super peak.
And I got really lucky. I just walked into Micro Center and bought a 3080 that was sitting on the shelf in the afternoon because of a big snowstorm. It was pretty sweet.
There you go.
And then I had a 2080 before that, and I just listed it on eBay, no reserve, and the upgrade cost me a grand total of about $140 because I was able to sell my 2080 for $650 plus shipping, and I bought the new graphics card for like $850 plus tax.
Nice.
It was pretty nice, not gonna lie. Definitely worth it. And then I continue to play Games that do not give a shit about what graphics card I have.
Deep Rock Galactic.
Deep Rock Galactic, Hades, War Thunder, games that'll run on a fucking potato. But now I've got another 3 frames per second in those games or something. Yeah, there's the Rockin' Stones in the chat. God, that board game better be coming soon. I'm excited about it.
I am planning on making a Night Lord's diorama where he is posted up like Batman on a gargoyle with the lightning in the back. Any tips on how I should attempt that? Man, in a way, this is like someone who wants to paint something akin to the Mona Lisa. And there's like, any tips on where I should start? And it's like, bro, you got fucking 3 days, let's get into it. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad question, but it's a very hard question to answer. You want to make a very complicated diorama, and I don't know how to explain that in a succinct way,
I will say, I linked something on the Discord like a month ago, which was the best OSL lightning I've ever seen on a miniature.
Okay.
It was one of the various types of hovering tanks. I don't know if it was a Chaos or Space Marines or whatever. And he did a little diorama where he held it up with wires and painted the wires, and it was like the best painted wire lightning I've ever seen in my fucking life. It was amazing.
Okay.
It's somewhere on the Miniac Discord, which if you're a subscriber, you have access to, and you can just search my previous posts with images, and it should come up relatively easy.
Nice. I'm still gonna try to answer the question though.
Yeah.
Okay, so like there probably isn't a Night Lord's model. Okay, the first thing I would do is search through the Space Marine catalog for a torso and leg set that matches the pose that I want the model to be in. And that's gonna take a long time, okay? Spend time looking for a model that is gonna allow you to convert on top of it as opposed to cutting up the joints and repositioning them into this complicated like pose. There have been a lot of Space Marines over the years, so take your time, look for a torso, leg set, and if you find more things like arms and heads along the way, kind of keep track of those things, and then source them all. Go and buy them on eBay, find them from friends, buy them from local game stores that may still have them if they're like more of a limited edition thing. So start there. If you can't find a model that is close to the pose that you're looking for, then come back my way and then we'll start sculpting it. That's the first thing I would do, is I would look through for a model that matches the pose that I'm looking for. Wouldn't some of Ninjon's videos on his current diorama be pretty helpful with that? I mean, like in a general sense, because like he is painting a diorama for competition's sake, but in the sense of trying to answer a very specific question, not so much, but like, you're never gonna find a video that's gonna answer the exact question you want to be answered. Unless it's like a simple question. I was thinking about the lightning element. Okay. Ask if you want to ask a complicated question, just be very specific then, and then we can just get straight to the important part. The lightning, I think whenever you're trying to paint something very complicated, you just need to look at reference photos. You're gonna have a very strong, dark model with a very strong edge rim light around it. So I'm not sure if that's the greatest option for display painting. Okay, here's my thing about display painting, or actually competition painting in general. You kind of need to work toward your strengths. And if you've never done OSL before, if you've never done something like lightning before, trying to do it on a competition entry probably isn't a great idea, just because you're probably gonna suck at it because you've never done it before, and that's totally reasonable.
Oh, come on. OSL is really easy, Scott.
I mean, if you understand how to highlight and shade models, it's pretty easy, but then you start adding in like, okay, I wanna do lightning, and okay, I want it to be a competition entries. I want the front of the model to be readable and like easy to understand. It's like, wow, okay, that's really, I've never even seen anyone do that before. So it's like, that's a really challenging thing. It's a really cool idea, but very difficult to pull off. Can we get a highlighting and shading for complete morons video? Yeah, I've made that before. I have 2 videos. One's called How to Highlight Almost Everything, and the other one is called How to Paint NMM. And if you watch both those videos, you will understand how to highlight and shade everything. Provided you understand what I'm talking about in the video, of course.
How to shade anything?
How to shade and highlight, or how to highlight and shade anything.
I got how to highlight almost everything.
Yeah, so that's the first video. That teaches you how to deal with the majority of materials you would encounter.
Into the dark.
And then the other video about NMM teaches you that last part, how to deal with shiny stuff. I try to make those videos as thorough as I can, but if they're not easy to understand, let me know. I'm gonna go dip my body in Agrax. There you go.
I mean, the real answer is to just watch every single Miniac video.
Yep. Absolutely. You'll become a better painter.
Oops.
Is it weird that when I sometimes look at other painters, I feel bad because I'm bad?
How do you think I feel?
How do you feel, Evan?
Kind of hungry. It's difficult, man. Hanging out with a bunch of people who are better painters than you.
Yeah.
Makes me empathize with the newbies that show up at paint night. Keeps me grounded.
Okay.
Because people are like, man, you're such a good painter. And I'm like, nah, man.
Yeah. I think I hate to like proselytize my own videos, but like there's a video I made called You're a Good Painter. And I think the message in that video is really important for you.
I think it's really important for everybody.
That's true.
It's also really important to what was the actual title of that Trapped Under Plastic from I want to say a few episodes back, which is like, is getting good bad for you?
Oh yeah, that's basically what it was.
Yeah, it's a similar vibe, but a longer talk about it, and it's definitely true.
Yeah.
As you inevitably, and this is true in like pretty much any artistic endeavor, you will develop taste faster than you develop skill. And as you develop taste faster than you develop skill, you will become frustrated with your lack of development and skill as you become more and more aware of how deficient you actually are. And you just have to relax and just keep working on getting good. Or getting gooder.
Getting gooder. PA Gamer Dad says, Scott, that video meant a lot to me. Thanks for making it. You're very welcome. You know, it was weird. The video didn't even start out wanting to talk about that subject, and it ended up talking about that, so it was pretty cool. The Miniac Discord has been really awesome for helping me. I'm glad to hear that, Weird Beard. Your hobby-adjacent feelings videos are some of my absolute favorite. I'm glad. I'm super glad to hear that. I was also very happy to see how well the Vince video did, because I haven't made a lot of banger videos lately in terms of YouTube performance, and so it's, you know, it was kind of, I was happy to see that a video that I didn't think was going to perform very well performed pretty well.
I mean, how could it not?
How could it not?
I mean, Vince is literally the best.
The best. Yeah, he's awesome. Easy to make a video about Vince.
Vince is secretly behind every miniature painting YouTube channel.
He's the crux of us all.
That's right. He's the man pulling the strings behind the curtain.
Yes. Or just enjoy being bad. It's hard. That's hard for a lot of people to do, you know. And I understand that. It doesn't feel good to be like there are some video games that I literally can't play casually because I cannot play them unless I know I can play them for hours a day because otherwise I'll just hate myself because I'm so bad at them. Like Overwatch is one of those games for me. And the only reason I would never play Dota 2, even though the concept is so compelling to me if I hadn't played it since I was like 12 years old, you know? Maybe I would play it, I don't know. But man, I hate being bad at certain video games. So I can definitely see it for mini painting.
I mean, I think you and I share this. We hate being bad at anything.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
It's hard to let go of that, even though it's a really insufferable personality trait.
Yeah, it is. Like, I can't even, like Mario Kart. Fucking A, dude.
I was watching my niece and nephew play Mario Kart over the holidays.
Yeah. I know, like, there's rage in Mario Kart because of the RNG. But boy, howdy. Still gets me fired up.
Yep.
Still got to win.
I made the conscious decision not to ask to join them because I knew it would become the instant, like, okay, how do I win? How do I beat this? I think, how old are they? Well, they're like, I think 20 and 17. I'm like, how do I beat these younglings?
They're probably amazing at it too.
One of them was having a pretty rough time, but part of that I think is playing on my parents' TV.
Okay, yeah.
Which is not their normal setup. They brought their Nintendo Switch with them.
Yeah.
But
heck yeah, half like 2 hours a day, get her done. Remember doing competitive League of Legends? That was horrible. Dota 2 is an interesting feel-bad game.
I was never that good at League, but I played with professional players. That was the group that I hung out with. I played with several members of Curse and stuff.
Yeah.
That was rough, because it was always me that was the dead weight when we would queue.
Yeah.
Even though I was pretty good, I just wasn't nearly that good.
Yeah, that's always hard.
It's like playing basketball pickup games with LeBron or something. Where it's like it doesn't matter how often you play, you're just going to get smoked by your teammates.
Yeah. Someone said, he said he'll never make a video as good as you or John in one of his most recent videos. Must be an honor coming from Vince. I mean, just to speak candidly about that, like, Vince doesn't put a ton of effort into his YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And a lot of people ask, like, how does Vince make, he makes even more content than he let on in that video. He makes a PMP, he has a Facebook group where he'll fucking type out, he'll do video feedback for people in a Facebook group, make a video about that. He'll do even more than that. He'll reply to every single comment in his videos. Like, so there's even more shit that Vince is doing that I didn't even discuss in that video because it was already ludicrous enough. But one way he does that is by not fretting as much about the end result for videos specifically. And he'll even admit this to you.
I mean, he's sort of a one-take kind of guy.
Yeah.
He wants to just get it done and get it on paper and get it out there because to him, and truthfully to the community, the value of his videos is just the content. It is not the presentation.
Right.
And that's fine.
Yep.
That, Vince owns that. He is not trying to make a beautiful work of art in the form of a video. He's trying to make a beautiful work of art in the form of a mini and just get that on camera and show you what he's doing.
Yep.
And more power to him because it works for him. But it's definitely a very different thing than what happens in this studio where the point isn't just the mini, it's the presentation as well.
Yep. But that's kind of one of the coolest things about the number of content creators we have nowadays.
Yeah.
Is that you have a lot of options for presentation style. You have Vince on one end of the spectrum, and you have 52 Miniatures on the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, one is like all info, no pomp and circumstance. The other is like almost all about presentation. I mean, that's honestly a little bit unfair to 52 Miniatures because I feel like you could have even like you could have a channel that didn't even do any kind of narration at all and just be about the visuals, and that could be a miniature painting YouTube channel that we still haven't seen yet.
Well, there is some of that in the modeling space.
Yes.
What is the name of that channel that does like the time-lapse assemblies of like aircraft and stuff?
Tom's Modeling in Motion.
Tom's Modeling, that's right. Those videos are hella cool. You know what? I'm gonna pull up a link to one of those.
Yes.
Because
They're
that is exactly that. It is all just visual about the assembly of the model. There is no narration. There's nothing. It's just a cool video.
Yeah. And you can still learn things from these kinds of videos too. They're not like useless from an information standpoint, but they are very cool. Pipboy808, thanks to the Prime sub. Speaking of Vince, this comes from Slow Step 7. Would you ever want to try to publish one game a year that he and Adam are doing? I mean, like, I love the idea of that, but it ain't gonna happen. It ain't in the cards. Something has got to go before that can happen, or I need to hire somebody before that can happen. I'm at a point in my content creation career where I understand that I can't add on more stuff. I used to be dumb and think that I could keep adding on things, and that got me in a lot of trouble in terms of like having reasonable deadlines. But now I know I'm kind of at my max.
It's all right. We're gonna hire 100 people. Linus Tech Tips.
Pip?
He has over 100 people now.
Does he?
He has over 100 people.
God damn. God damn. One thing I want to figure out is how to get more viewers on the painting and gaming live stream this year. I feel like maybe the content's there, but maybe the presentation isn't perfect or something about that. I want to see big fucking numbers on Twitch this year.
I agree.
Kung Fu Monk says Sergio Calvo does music-only painting videos. You're totally right. He does more display painting stuff. Zan Von Zed doesn't narrate anything either, I think. So there's even more people like that. Look at that. I didn't know them. Crossytron, thanks to the Prime sub. Pip-Boy says that sub is long overdue. I've watched your YouTube channel for years. Well, I appreciate the support whenever it comes, my friend. Thank you very much. All right, Scott, I'll work for you. All right, do you live in Minnesota? Are you okay driving in the snow? You're in. Mini Bricks. Mini Bricks is good too. I like Mini Bricks.
Driving in the snow.
Laser Cut World, also another good one. I like that one a lot too. Angel Heraldez, it's got some good stuff too. You pull numbers for the mini community, but again, I get what you mean, broski. You pull numbers?
I think he's just referring to the fact that we're like the second biggest YouTube channel or whatever.
Oh, gotcha. Yes, no, you're right. No, you're totally right about that. That I do have a viewership that I should definitely be proud of, and I absolutely am. But like Curtis was telling me that like there was a Warhammer TV AOS stream that had like he said tens of thousands.
I'm not sure that number is quite accurate.
I don't believe that.
I did ask him about it. What it was like the new reveals stream.
That's different.
Yeah.
Okay.
They did do some gameplay on the stream, but I think the lead-in was, hey, here's the upcoming stuff.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Okay, but even if it was 1,000 people, you know?
Yeah. I would like to see 4 digits this year.
Yeah, that'd be and we are very far away from that.
You say that, but our average viewership has been slowly climbing on these painting streams in particular. We just need to, tell people to watch. Hey, watch this.
Hey.
You're watching now? Watch every stream.
I think
Rocket Man props. Took all day for it to let me resub. Yeah, Twitch was shit in the bed.
Hey.
I cut you off, Scott. You were saying something.
Oh, you're good. I always appreciate giving some love to our subscribers. Rocket Man props, thank you for the 11 months.
Yeah.
I think so. I talk about the stream a lot in my videos, and that's good. But like maybe there's an opportunity for us to do a collaboration with more of a gaming focused channel here to get some of their gamers into our lives. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying here?
I agree.
Yeah.
I think there's also to do production on the air. I think that we have a lot of the wargaming community know about this, a lot of the painting community know about this, but probably not a lot of the D&D community know about this.
Sure, yeah.
There's got to be some interesting overlap that we could take advantage of.
Probably.
I would like to get interesting guests out here, in here, to play on stream.
That is also another way to draw in new crowds. You could definitely do collaboration.
Linus Tech Tips, come play games with us.
That would work. just some big old YouTuber that's feeling charitable.
Bros from Dice Check.
Yeah, so like that's exactly what I'm talking about. Dice Check, Tabletop Tactics, people like that have gaming focused stuff, gaming focused channels and audiences that just don't know about our little gaming section. Because I feel like the painting stuff is going well so far. Is there an update on the Ranger Masterclass? There is not. I wrote a lot of it when I took that little break, that little siesta by myself at that Airbnb, and I haven't gotten a chance to work on it yet. I've been working on John's class. So me and Alex have been spending the extra free time figuring that out. Get Bricky? Heck yeah, dude. Me and Bricky have chatted a couple times. Yeah, they're all out in California, so they'd be far away.
They did. LTT did just make a custom PC for Spiffing Brit. However, Spiffing Brit is also a pretty big YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, he's huge. That was the one that runs on T.
Yeah. Captain Blueprint just donated $10.
Woo!
Painted my first mini this weekend. I wasn't crazy happy with the results, but I learned a lot and had a blast. Can't wait to learn more. Thank you, Scott, for getting me interested in this hobby.
You're very welcome. Thank you for letting us know how it went. I'm glad that you had a ton of fun. Woo, Twitch is back. What up, Dad Bod Nap God? That's funny. LTT did do a collab with NerdForge, but goddamn, she did most of the fucking work of that collab. They bought her a case and they were like, make a piece of art. And she was like, okay. And then fucking 80 hours later, there's a sick ass sci-fi computer case. But honestly, if LTT was like, paint me a diorama for the inside of a case, I'd be like, whatever you say, Dad. I'd be down.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. They had one of their team members pass away during the pandemic, I think, to COVID-19, and he was the one of the first that had an Intel Extreme Tech upgrade, and he was the one on their team that his home was filled with the miniatures. He was super into D&D and other stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
That fucking blows.
Yeah, and it was like, I think he was the second one. He was like the head of their warehouse or whatever.
Dang.
And made me big sad.
Yeah, that does make me sad too. I mean, it's a tech company. There's absolutely other D&D nerds at that company, probably.
Oh yeah, that's probably true.
Have you played much in the way of pen and paper RPGs? I haven't. I played a couple. Yeah, played a couple.
We talked about it on stream before. I think Scott thinks he doesn't like RPGs because he hasn't found the right group to play with yet. Scott thinks he just doesn't like them.
I don't know. I don't know. I wish I knew, because this is the kind of question that I would always ask someone if they were like, I don't like D&D. I'd ask why. And I always appreciate like the thought process of trying to figure out why you might not enjoy something like that. And you know, part of it's the physicality. I love the physicality of board games and of miniature war games. Part of it is a little bit of the awkwardness of trying to do some kind of role playing, you know, feeling like maybe you don't have the skills to role play. But there's more to it. Both those answers said out loud are not very compelling reasons, at least in my head. So there's something else. You also got me in Tabe Sensei Arigato Gozaimasu. Thank you, Dad Bod Nap God. I love that name. What up, man, Frank? A good group of friends makes any game fun. There's definitely an element of truth to that. Okay. A lot of Dr. Pepper. God damn it. All of what you said is resolved with some liquid courage. Probably.
But not
true.
too much. There's a line to straddle there.
Yeah.
My barbarian swings his axe again. Dude, but he's our friend. I attack!
Maybe also part of what I don't like about D&D, just kind of thinking out loud here, and absolutely feel free to argue with me. I love arguing. I invite it. Is this fair to say there's no competitive edge to D&D? Like there's nothing you're really like, you're not competing against another player. And I do really enjoy that aspect of games, but I also enjoy cooperative aspect, but more as like a companion to cooling down from the competitive angle. You know what I'm saying? Does that make any sense?
I'm giving Scott a look because I'm trying to suss out what he's saying. You mean you feel like there's no risk of loss?
No, I'm not competing against another player.
I mean, in a sense you are. You're competing against the GM, who of course can dictate the terms of the game and just win. But if they're playing within the bounds of the scenario and rules, you're playing against something. But I guess I understand your point that it's not a sport.
It's not technically a sport.
That's right.
We found the line. But yeah, let me know.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, Rufus Kit. You are and you aren't. It's both a collaborative and antagonistic relationship at the same time.
I used to do vampire LARP. Can't win D&D, so I get it. But I don't know. Is that a fair thing to say? I don't know. I never know. I would absolutely keep trying though. If my buds were like, yo, we're gonna play some D&D, I'd be like, I'm fucking down. Let's go. I'm ready to try it out. I have not written it off completely, but I'm not seeking it out.
Yeah.
It's
occasionally
fair.
I think about it. When I'm lying in bed thinking about you, Scott. No, occasionally when I'm thinking about D&D stuff, it occurs to me, it's like, what would actually get Scott hooked with role-playing? And I haven't kind of landed on the perfect answer yet, but it is germinating in my brain.
Well, I appreciate that you think about me late at night in your bed.
Lay there awake, staring at the ceiling. What would Scott like to do in D&D?
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong, and maybe that's a little bit of the old Scott talking, because in the past, I've liked a certain kind of video game, like a multiplayer experience, and now have been enjoying a wider variety of video games that are single player and that don't have a competitive element to them. And so maybe that's going to open the doors for D&D.
That's a good point. Ultimately speaking, a good D&D group is Hades.
What does that mean? Anything that's good in life.
Everything in good in life is Hades. No, in the sense that that game, failure is part of the story, and that's a piece of D&D. But it's also, you're developing your characterization just by playing the game and moving through things.
Okay.
Right? A quality single-player storytelling combat game is what D&D is when it's done well.
Okay. That sounds interesting. John says, ironically, the origin of D&D was competitive. You'd bring your character to a pickup game, and the DM would really try to kill you within the rules to get a high level. To get to a high level was extremely difficult.
Yeah, first edition D&D is fucking brutal.
That sounds so interesting. Let's talk about that for a brief moment more. What would a modern game like that look, where you can play within the rules, it's asymmetric, the DM doesn't have his own model, but you have your own model or whatever, and he's trying to kill you, but he has to do it within he or she has to do it within the rules. That's an interesting concept for a game.
I mean, truthfully, that is what D&D was. D&D has become softer in many ways over time, and I would argue a better designed game. But like OG pre-first edition and first edition D&D in particular, it was very much, you would show up with multiple character sheets because you would expect, your character wouldn't make it past level 1. It was like a hard roguelike where it's just like, yep, I died in the first room again. I stepped on the wrong plate and I failed my con save for the poison, and my male elf ranger fucking died, and now I have to just start over again.
Yeah. This is a game. Like, obviously, first edition D&D is already a game, and I understand that, but like, looking at the rules again and trying to make it into like maybe a more legitimate
like a competitive game, like an actual competitive game?
A competitive asymmetric miniature war game where the one player doesn't play with minis?
Well, remember, the Dungeon Master does play with minis. They just don't play with character minis.
Oh, they have monsters and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you might have like 5 goblins or an ogre and some other guys or whatever, Yeah, you should try the Tomb of Annihilation. I'm not sure that Scott would actually like the TOA. And that is because a lot of it is kind of like wordy puzzles, where you have to do the right thing in the right spot kind of stuff.
I think it's called D&D Onslaught.
Yeah. Descent
was this game we're talking about, Scott. A board game. Okay, perfect. I'm playing that game on my birthday. So, all right.
Sweet.
Looking forward to trying it out. Yeah, a lot of people saying that you can do that. I'm absolutely sure you can do that.
There's also the other piece of this, too, that different RPGs are designed really different ways. And I know we've talked about this a little bit. Like, the Call of Cthulhu RPG, your characters are fated to death. There is no ending to a campaign or session or however length-oriented that game is. Whether you're going to be playing multiple sessions or one. There is no ending in which all the characters do not die or go insane. It is a fixed endpoint because it's Cthulhu horror, and that's just what happens to humans in those settings.
Okay.
Yeah, death or madness.
You gotta survive.
You survive as long as you can and unravel as much of the mystery as you can, and then Yog Sothoth or whatever takes over your brain, and you lose your fucking marbles. And that's cool for some people. Yeah, 10 Candles also has a similar thing. There are lots of RPGs that are like that. There are different goals and mindsets, right? Not everything has to be like that. I haven't played Delta Green, though I own it, Rufus. I think Scott would actually probably enjoy Harn, just because it is so brutal and mundane, but it might be too much rules. But that setting is also very old school D&D, which is like, oh, a tree fell on me and I broke my leg and I'm going to have a permanent disfigurement due to this forever.
I feel like, generally speaking, if a game has more rules, I prefer it, which sounds dumb.
Yeah, you say that, and yet AOS has the most rules of any game.
Okay, it's the difference between well-written rules and poorly written rules, I think.
That's true.
Scotty Bugatti, what's up, my dude? How's the new year treating you? So far, very good, very chill.
Aside from another snowstorm?
Oh, yeah, it's happening right now. Someone said, Xavier, are you playing Descent your birthday? I am, yeah. On the 6th, I'll be playing some Descent with my bros. We're gonna watch some horror movies and play some board
Guys,
games.
he's officially turning old. I'm so excited.
What do you mean?
He's turning old.
I've already played board games on my birthday.
No. I'm saying you're turning old. You're gonna be 31.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's over, man. You're old now.
Now's the time.
Old.
Just keep saying it. You're old.
Can I get some olds in chat?
Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. I mean, that'd be fun. You played Infinity? Yeah, we played some Infinity. Infinity's fun. A little bit kludgy with the rules. At least for my couple, I've done 2 demo games now at this point. But I'm definitely in the mindset where I want to play Infinity a bit more before I really have any more of a developed opinion about it.
I feel like we need a better Infinity teacher. And I did meet some other locals at Gen Con that play and teach Infinity that I am more confident learning Infinity from.
Okay, cool, yeah. I've had 2 demos from 2 different teachers, but one of them was really old and a long time ago. But definitely willing to try out other people.
Yeah, what horror movies are you watching at your birthday, Scott?
I don't know. We haven't decided on them yet, but it's my birthday, so I'm thinking I get to pick, and I'm thinking...
It's my birthday!
So there are certain kinds of horror movies that my friends like to watch, and the ones that are kind of like, how is this a Scott movie? I guess we have to watch this one. And one of those is Crimes of Future Past, and so I might make my friends watch that one. This is a new one from the likes of... his son did a... Who's the horror guy who's got a ton of prosthetic effects in all
Cronenberg.
Movies? Cronenberg. Thank you, Daddy Cronenberg. David.
Dad Bod Nap got there right after I saw it.
Cronenberg, he has a new movie called, Crimes of Future Past. I want to watch that one, and then maybe we'll get in a second one, and I don't know. Dealer's choice. The boys can pick the second one. Make them watch The Loved Ones, bro. I've already made all my friends watch The Loved Ones. That movie is so great. Love that one.
You gonna watch M3GAN?
M3GAN? Oh,
Megan?
No, I've never even heard of that one. Here, let me look it up real quick. M3
GAN?
GAN?
Came out last year. I mean, technically, it's still in theaters. It's at Rosedale.
Okay, so probably can't watch it if it's still in theaters. Let's see.
Time to just go watch it after this.
Oh, this is a doll inspired movie. They say she's more than a toy, she's family. That's the what's the one
tagline.
sentence? Is it tagline? Is that the word we use?
Tagline, yeah.
Tagline. Okay. It doesn't have amazing reviews. James Wan as a producer. Jared Johnstone has made Housebound. I'm familiar with Housebound. I think this one's on my watch list. Yeah, Housebound is. We'll throw Megan on there, even though it's not doing super well at the box office, but that doesn't really matter.
Megan is a marvel of artificial intelligence, a lifelike doll that's programmed to be a child's greatest companion and a parent's greatest ally. Designed by Gemma, a brilliant roboticist, Megan can listen, watch, and learn as it plays the role of friend and teacher, playmate, and protector. When Gemma becomes the unexpected caretaker of her 8-year-old niece, she decides to give the girl a Megan prototype, a decision that leads to unimaginable consequences. Yeah, I'm in. Its official release date is your birthday.
Oh, nice.
So it's like in preview mode right now.
Was Smile any good? Yeah, it was. It was okay. I'd call it a strong 6 or 7 out of 10. Definitely worth your time. Good scares. Doesn't blow its horror load too early on in the timeline. So it's like has gas to finish the whole movie. I will say that the idea of a creepy smile is pretty. I'm not gonna call it cringe. It's not a very compelling boogeyman. Ooh, he's got a creepy smile. Holy shit! Like clowns and stuff. Are. I don't know.
Nothing's as scary as the pee-pee poo-poo man.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you see Barbarian? I actually watched Barbarian and Smile on the same day. So yeah, I've seen them both. I like them both. I'm guessing you've seen Terrifier. I have seen Terrifier. It's the new Chucky. Exactly. Yeah, that's what the Megan. I mean, whenever you make a horror movie with a doll as the villain, you're kind of gonna get those comparisons. What else? Barbarian's good. I've seen X. I haven't seen Pearl, though. So I do want to watch Pearl. That's on my watch list.
I'm so far out of my depth because I don't watch that many horror movies.
No?
Not really my genre.
That's okay.
Of course, I haven't really been watching a lot of movies in general. I did, however. Chad will be very excited to hear this.
Oh, you watched Andor?
I watched Andor. And I loved it.
I've seen the first 3 episodes of Andor so far.
I have nothing negative to say other than one thing. He is supposed to be 21 in that show, and that guy is in his 40s. And when I found that out, I was like, fine, whatever.
I'll accept it.
It's like whatever.
I think my biggest problem with Andor so far is that they named a character Tim with 2 M's. Like, also,
it's the George R.R. Martin School of Character Naming.
yeah, dude. Okay, there's
where
so
every
many.
single character. Ooh, it's so frustrating.
It's like a slightly modified modern thing that's like, ooh, now it's sci-fi. Like they call it coffee, calf. I'm just like, come on, bro. Like, you can't think of a new thing for this universe. It's like, whatever. That stuff always gets me. But yeah, it's good. It's good so far. Only on episode 3 though. I haven't seen Event Horizon. That is one I definitely haven't seen.
Kind of can't believe that you haven't seen it.
CAF is long established in the Star Wars universe. Whoever made it initially made a mistake. Okay? That's all I'll say.
It's not made from coffee beans. It's made from Kathy beans.
Exactly. It's just like, it's so close. But no, there are 3 characters that all have names that are like a real modern name with like a letter added. And it's like, this, it takes me out of the world like instantly. But
it's one of those things where it's like, I understand that there's no winning on this topic, because if you just name someone Chad, everyone's going to be like, really? Chad Skywalker? It's fucking stupid. But then you look back at the original movie and his name's Luke. So I don't know when this took over, but yes, like everybody, it's like, let's add an extra E or an A somewhere in here to make it spacey.
Right. Which I'm game for. You can do that. It can be not lame. But like, I don't know. You can't do it. You can't do it a tiny amount, because then it just draws so much attention to the fact that you're just being so fucking lazy about your character naming. If you want to call him Steve, fine, call him Steve. You're not gonna try, now I know that. But if you try a tiny bit, it's like, you're dead to me.
George R.R. Martin's super guilty of this in the Game of Thrones setting as well.
Yeah.
To be clear, that's what I'm saying. Like Jamie, the I and the M are switched up from where they normally would be.
Yeah.
You know, like every named character, it seems like, has a little just like, ooh, let's do a little tweak.
Ooh. Yeah. Honestly, if I hadn't have watched Andor with subtitles, I probably wouldn't be making these comments, because they don't ever spell out fucking Tim's name.
That's fair.
It's just there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's probably definitely more of a me thing.
It's you know what it is, Scott. It's not for lore reasons. It's SEO optimization.
Oh, you're probably right.
So you can easily search them up on Wikipedia. And learn they actually didn't die in this engagement, but they survive in like 8 different comics and 4 different books.
Now we know.
But I loved it. I thought it was excellent through and through. No notes, really.
I've convinced my wife to watch it, so she's watching it with me. Dude, there's a lot of non-words going on right now in the chat. Corpsicle is my favorite among them.
I definitely looked away from chat, and now I'm like,
Liberate Tutem ex infernus. We speaking fucking Latin now in chat? What's going on?
what shows did I watch? You know, Rufus keeps saying, show of the year, show of the year. I watched it. I watched Rings of Power. I rewatched Suits, so that doesn't count. Did I watch anything else in 2022? Show-wise? Oh, I watched the new season of Rick and Morty, which actually was really good, surprisingly. It's me, Sammy C, resubscribing Prime 2 months.
What up, Sammy C?
Sammy C, you need to add more space to your name. It should be like SAYMMYE.
Okay. I know what we're going to do with the skin. We're going to bust out every skin contrast paint that I own.
Ooh.
Not every single one. Anyone that's like reasonably different. We're going to try them because you can really easily paint over.
I will point out that right now your guys' arms are blue, so you might want to less bluify them before you put contrast on them?
No,
Okay.
that's too much work.
Fair enough.
If it's gonna work, it's gonna work from this position.
Ah, I see. The Latin is someone dropping event horizon references. Yeah, all right.
Okay, nice.
What was I gonna say? Something.
We were talking about
Shows.
Oh yeah, your favorite show of the year.
I feel like I'm forgetting something, but sure, I'll give Andor show of the year. It was really good.
I thought you looked kind of neat with the blue arms. You know, it's funny you mentioned that because the box art itself has them with skin that looks very similar to this right now. It's kind of like dead flesh.
Not quite that pale, but very, very pale.
Yeah, it's pretty pale. So I was there was definitely a part of me that was like, okay, maybe I'll just keep it like this.
Show it off on camera since I've got the box right here.
Oh wow, okay, it is a lot less pale than I thought it was.
It's still pretty pale, but they definitely still look alive.
Yeah.
Although if you look at the version on the back of the box, it seems more desaturated.
This is the card art, and this looks like their skin is almost green.
Yeah, it's like zombie-like skin.
But the
eyes are still
eye
pink.
socket is normal still. Yeah, it's kind of.
It's because he was swimming in some moss.
What we do in the shadows is criminally underrated. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Scott doesn't like it because it makes his vampires not serious enough.
What does?
What we do in the shadows.
Oh yeah. They need to be serious.
Yeah, because vampires are cool.
They're very cool. You can't make fun of my vampires.
You can't make a joke out of my vampire brother, guys.
They're mean and angry and tough, okay? They're not dumb.
Yeah, big and strong and smart, too. They've got all 18s on their stats.
Please. And they're cheaper points now, too.
The brush tipping has me nervous on a level that I can't even describe. What do you mean by that, Rat, the Unloved?
The brush tipping.
The brush tipping, yeah, exactly. I would like to know.
Have either of you watched Glass Onion? Yes, I did watch Glass Onion.
I have not yet. No spoilers.
No spoilers.
Alex and I were going to go catch it in theaters, and then Alex was unwell, and we were not able to see it in theaters. And now everyone else has watched it. And I'm like, God damn it. I got to get it done.
Get it done.
Maybe that's what I'll do tonight. Probably not, but maybe. Have either of us seen Avatar 2?
No.
No. Spoiler alert. He solves it in the end. Wow, damn. Shit, man. Here I was thinking that the mystery would just be left unsolved. Actually, you know what? That would be an awesome detective movie. Big whodunit. And then the guy just gives up. He's just like, I'm not getting paid. Who cares? Guy's dead. Fuck it. I'm out. Whole third act is just him going to Atlantic City and gambling. That's the Sherlock story I want to see.
Yeah. Have I tried out the Vallejo Express yet? Yeah, I have. But like not how they're supposed to be used, so not super great. But they're very matte in finish, so that's a pretty big difference. We're about to try out some right now. I'm gonna try out some skin options to see how good the skin options are.
And then he's gonna be disappointed because he's painting over blue-green, and he's gonna be like, why is all the skin blue-green?
Maybe one's gonna rise above, and it's gonna be amazing.
That would be
like,
pretty
we're
cool.
gonna be like, holy cow, dude! Painting this thing over green skin looks fucking lit. Maybe.
It's possible. Just like how it's possible I'll watch Glass Onion at night.
On Netflix or like in a theater?
Oh, on Netflix. It ain't in theaters anymore. It was only in theaters for like a week.
Yeah, they had a theatrical release so they could be considered for Oscars.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, we got all the hood things cleaned up, painted, a little crispified.
Hood things.
The question is do we do the metallics now or the skin now? We do the skin now. That's why I said.
Yeah, we've talked up the skin. It's got to happen.
We've got
about
skin.
35 minutes left for the stream here.
All right,
We're gonna get some skin done.
we're gonna get some skin done. So I have 4 kinds of contrast paint. I feel like I use contrast as like just a general term because like they were the first ones to come out with these rebranded ink. So I kind of
whoa, hot takes here.
So I just kind of use that word to describe all of them. But let's see here. I know that the GW range has 2 options.
Gulliman Flesh.
Oh, there's 3. There's 3.
I can't remember the other ones. As far as your question, Dad Bod Nap God, Express Colors, the pre-order for them for stores through distributors was like a week ago or 2 weeks ago or something like that. So they're coming relatively soon. I don't know what the actual release date or street date is on those, but I think they're supposed to be Q1. So there you go. Yeah, Dark Oath and Fire Slayer Flesh. Those are the other ones, yeah. Dark Oath? Dark Oath? Dark Oat?
Dark Oat.
Yeah, I like Dark Oat. That's pretty cool.
I'm like, I kind of want to grab some zanier colors here just to kind of see.
I know
what
people will
happened.
sometimes for darker complexions, they'll use things like Wildwood and one of the other dark browns from the contrast range.
Yeah.
You know it's good when all the flesh colors are just like somewhere in the white guy range, and you have to paint a wood color to be painting a flesh color on, you know, African American characters or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Thanks,
just to be
GW.
Just to be clear, I am painting these guys as Caucasian dudes.
That's fine.
And I am not the kind of person who's gonna paint all the dudes in their unit a different skin tone. Because honestly, in my fantasy universe, travel is not a thing that's easily and widely available. So largely, people who live in an area together are all a similar skin tone.
I will say that the Ironborn guys living on their own little Ironborn land, that is sort of the thing, right?
Right.
The Greyjoys are like xenophobic, exclusionary people, I think, in the lore. So
Yeah.
you're not necessarily wrong.
I mean, there's that, but also I just like I don't want to like have to just paint a bunch of different skin tones. It's gonna take forever.
It also lets you assembly line it a lot more.
Of course.
They're Iceland, yeah, kind of. What are the benefits of the instant colors versus the other lines? Well,
I'll find out.
they're made by Vallejo.
Is that it?
Yeah. I don't know if there are any really specific painting benefits. Maybe we'll see some, but I think they're all pretty similar.
Okay.
I mean, the Army Painter ones, the reactivation is an issue if you're not aware of it and do something that then causes that to be a problem, but I haven't had issues with it. So.
Wasteland Brown. I feel like there's so many and they just seem so similar. Okay, so I got 3 varieties and now I need this, holy fuck, I'm gonna die. I need the skin tone for Army Painter. That's the one that I'm missing right now. And I got a couple of the silver caps right here in the front, but none of them are skin tone. What happened to my skin tone speed paints? Luckily, they're easy to find because the caps are silver. It's not in there.
Crusader Skin is the Army Painter speed paint one.
Okay. I definitely have had it out before because I used it when I painted that dude, that Viking.
Yeah, that dude.
The Blood Rage Viking.
Oh, yeah, that dude.
Let's see if I left it on my desk over here when I was staging for a thumbnail.
Yeah, at least so far, Pro Acryl doesn't have any contrast paint, speed paint type products. They did just release washes. So there is a black wash, a brown wash, and a flesh wash that are kind of oriented around definitely not being the 3 classics from Citadel. You know, it's totally 100% not Nuln Oil in that bottle. They do have transparent paints, but the transparent paints are not contrast paints. They're better. But they aren't like a slap it on one coat kind of system at all. What they are is like ways to push colors through insane glazing ability. I used the transparent paints a lot on those power swords that I did on stream like a month ago. The lightning swords on my Stormcast.
Okay.
And,
You use the transparent paints?
Yeah, I used a lot of the Pro Curl transparent purple and transparent white. It's like a glazing color pushing paint. It's very, very nice.
Okay.
Hort. It is my favorite set of paints that I own. The other Pro Acryls are good, but I would probably be just as happy with any other range, truthfully. You know, if I was using Vallejo or AK or whatever. They're good miniature paints, and I like them, and I'm not looking to replace them. But the transparents will forever have a home in my painting box, for sure. 100%.
Where the fuck are my paints? I don't know where they are, chat.
I mean, there are some paints here. I just put them on for you, but, you know.
What up, C. Verdugo? Verdugo? Okay. Let's try a couple out here. First on deck, we got Vallejo Express Color Dwarf Skin.
Dwarf Skin.
It's pretty orange.
Can I get a rocket stone?
This is unprecedented. Miniac can't find his paints. Dude, I do not enjoy Vallejo, especially the metals. Yeah, Vallejo's okay.
Their standard metallics are pretty rough, I will say that.
Yeah.
Their model air range, real good. Their metallic air range, also really good. For whatever reason, the model color metals, not so great.
We will keep the paint pot next to the model,
so we don't lose track.
I will say we are applying on top of a fairly matte coat of paint here. And that does affect how these guys work. I will say that if I planned on using a contrast paint, I should have done it before I did the brown leather stuff, because undoubtedly I'm going to make a mistake right now and get it on this axe haft thing. Oh boy, that looks so bad. I just can't stand it. I mean, I'm not even gonna paint both arms because I know that's trash, and not because the Vallejo Express color is trash. I just don't like how this stuff works. All right, let's try contrast paint, Fire Slayer Flesh. Vallejo metal color is unmatched. Let's do another arm that's got a lot of good volume in it, just so we can kind of see what's going on. This is a nice little arm right here. This one is significantly more brown. This one is better.
Rufus Kit says, I tend to go 50-50 with medium when I do skin tones on these paints. Just comes out better doing one or two thinner coats than it is faster and layering only.
He's saying with contrast paint?
Yeah.
2 layers of this stuff?
Yeah, but thinning it first with contrast medium.
What does that do?
Makes it not so strong.
Okay.
I was trying to avoid the circus word.
Favorite black ink for me is Higgins black ink. Okay, what about that is special?
I mean, Higgins sounds pretty cool.
It does sound pretty cool.
That's good enough for me.
Okay.
Why this? This is Higgins black ink.
Very fancy.
All right, which one is this?
This is Contrast Dark Oath Flesh.
Dark Oath. Dark Oat Flesh.
Dark Oath. Ooh, daddy. That looks so bad.
Looks a lot like that first one, the Vallejo Express color.
It really does. I got some brown stuff on the cloak. Now we're good.
One thing that's really nice about contrast paints is they're very easy to clean up immediately because they stay wet. They do not coffee stain immediately.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, let's just keep running through the GW ones. I got Gulliman Flesh.
Gulliman Flesh!
Is this the one everyone likes? Or am I just thinking that because it's got a Space Marine in its name?
It's got the Space Marine seal of approval right on the bottle. I think this is the least strong one, so this is the one that's used for like more Caucasian skin tones most of the time.
Hort says, I bought some GW airbrush sooner that was on clearance, proceeded to spill 75% of one of the pots within 5 minutes of opening it, as usual.
Yes!
Good job.
You never spill an almost empty pot. It's always like up to the brim. Oh, a fresh bottle of Black Templar that I just bought to replace the last one. Boom. All over the table. Yeah, buddy. That's the way.
Goonstop, thank you very much for the prime
It's
sub.
Goon Stomp, Scott?
Oh, Goonstomp. We're stomping goons.
Yeah, there we go.
Man Frank says it's matte, the ink. Is it matte ink? And also, it's a calligraphy ink used for comics and stuff. Does that make it better?
I mean, it just adds to its street cred.
Okay, yeah. This is, like I said, Gulliman contrast paint.
Gulliman Flesh!
It's the Space Marine guy. He's the big blue one.
Roberto Gulliman, or whatever his name is.
Yeah, you got it right. Robid. All right. So this thing is happening, and I hate this thing, where it's like, the point of contrast paint is to fucking color the primed surface. This is just looks like a wash to me. I hate it. This happens a lot. It's not just the blue undercoat. Okay, it happens a lot. I feel like it looks like trash. Look at that. It's not staining the top coat at all. All right.
I think it does, but it's so minor that it's never going to do anything on top of that blue-green.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
I've used Gulliman Flesh, and I've never been that impressed with it, but it's fine, I guess.
Yeah, it seems fine. Okay, these things are drying interestingly, so we'll keep going here. The next one we got, which strangely looks the most like actual skin tone, which has me worried, is, well, actually, no, there's another one that looks even more like skin tone. This is called Phoenix Feather from Scale 75 Instant Paints. This one obviously isn't necessarily a skin tone, but it looks pretty close. And the actual skin tone itself is like super, it's even more close to flesh tone, which I have no idea what that's gonna look like when you actually apply it like a wash. We need a little pokey tool.
I think I got paper clips over here.
Well, I got plenty of pokey tools. Boom, pokey tools.
Nut time.
Nut time. I find the Iron Painter Speed Paint one has pretty good coverage. Well, I'm sad that that's the one I can't find right now. Man, look at this. It looks so much like a normal paint. I think this is gonna look like watery trash. I'm ready. I'm ready for watery trash. Are you ready for watery trash, team?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. I've had super bad results with that. The scale is 75 instant colors. I used them when trying to figure out how to paint my Dark Eldar yellow scheme using instant paints, and I was also equally unimpressed. Just say no to instant colors. Let's see. Let's see. The problem with this color is that this is what I want my mid-tone to look like, not the deepest shadows on my model.
Yeah, it seems kind of like a pushed to that orange zone.
Yeah.
Rufus Kid says, when you were pulling them out, I tried to tell you to put them away.
Gotta try
Mean.
them. You gotta try them out, you know.
What's the point in having all these paints unless you're going to use them and be disappointed from time to time?
All right. Yeah, not a very convincing result, if I do say so myself. Okay. And lastly, we have human flesh. As we all know, all humans are Caucasian.
Flesh.
That's the closest so far. It's the closest to like what I want the end color to feel like. But if I were to like actually apply some kind of highlight to this, like I don't know. That's not. It's not how it's gonna work. It doesn't look good. It's too close to my midtone. I need it to be a darker color.
Scott, we need to do our own signature paint line.
No.
And one of them's got to be called Nut Time.
Nut time. I'll make it just for you, but
That's the human flesh color. Is Nut Time.
know that I'm never going to make a paint range, and much less have a paint called Nut Time.
Scott's the fun police.
Man flesh. What's your favorite Greyjoy army list? Ah, man, I feel like I change it up every single time I play, so I don't really have a favorite one. But I have things that are my favorite. I really like Silenceman. I like Wendy. I like Roderick Harlaw.
Rowdy Rod.
Rowdy Rod. Man, who used this paint and was like, "Yep, ship it." That does what I wanted to do. Okay, again, to be fair, I am applying a skin tone on top of a blue-green, which is gonna be
Still, it's depositing like your highlight skin color into the recesses, which isn't really useful.
Right? I don't get it. Okay, I really want to find the Army Painter skin tone because I want to round this out to have all of the ones.
Did you bring it home?
The skin tone one? I don't think so. Maybe. There's no way. There's no way. Where'd you put my case? Oh, it's right over there. Maybe for some reason the paint is like in one of these pouches. I put some paint in one of these pouches.
I've put paint in pouches in my time.
Paint poucher. Okay, not in there. Might be in my closet somewhere, but I don't know why it would not be with all the other paints. All right, last place. Let's see if it was in one of my paint cases, one of the travel cases. I love making a mess.
That's what he always says. Jeez.
All right.
Scott's out here just banging around.
This is where I lost my pink paints, was in this box.
Ah, I see. That's the box that ate them, huh?
Yeah. All right. Nope, just a bunch of glass jars in here. And then this was the one that I brought to the game store and then left there. Fucking rip, dude. Army Painter.
Just can't find it.
Just can't find it. It shouldn't.
Scott, is your Letterboxed public or no?
Yeah.
Almost.
Does Scott have a Letterboxd? He does. I think my name on Letterboxd is S Dubbist.
Let me pull it up.
No, it's just S Dub. Profile. Ooh.
Just S-Dub, huh?
Yeah.
I got it.
You got it? Okay, cool. All right.
I'm lightning fast.
Lightning fast.
Oh, yeah. You know, on the topic of movies.
Sure. I fucking love that topic.
So in Robbinsdale, we still have a movie rental shop, an independent movie rental shop.
Oh, that's cool.
And they announced that they're closing in May unless someone buys the business.
And
because the guy wants to retire. And so someone in chat should buy this place and keep it up. Or maybe you, Scott. Scott, do you want to get out of the miniature painting game and run the ultimate dying business, which is a DVD and video rental place?
That would be quite the move, to go from being a YouTuber to owning a rental VHS.
It could be a side gig. I'd be down to clown, and I'm sure Alex would too. Alex loves that place.
Yeah, I think owning a brick and mortar store is definitely a side gig. I think you're right. I'm joking. You're definitely fucking wrong.
I mean, of all the low foot traffic stores to deal with, that would probably be it.
This won't take that much time. It won't earn that much money, so
Yeah, exactly.
it'll be okay.
It's a passion project. On the other hand, you could just buy the entire collection. Just pony up a, $50,000 or whatever and buy every single DVD and tape.
There you go. Easy. Should I put it by my washes?
Rufus Kid, I'm gonna be real. I do not really dream of owning a DVD rental store. That is not it for me.
That's not his desire.
But I would help.
Okay.
That would be something I'd be happy to help with.
I give up.
Maybe it's for the next stream.
If I ever find it.
If we ever find it.
Okay. Let's look at the results though. And let's look at it compared to what I painted originally for my model, and like how we can go from the base of this paint to it. Because nothing is gonna be like a one-stop shop.
Oh, that looks perfect.
Ironically, I think, or coincidentally rather, I think this is probably the closest to a usable surface. And here's why I think that. So here is where I painted my result to. And I feel like this is close to the shadow color as I'll get with any of these paints. Like I can now highlight on top of this and keep that shadow in the deepest, darkest parts and be pretty close to this after 3 layers of highlights.
I do think that if you painted that color on top of like near white, you would be actually not that far off from where you're headed.
Right. Okay, so that was the Vallejo Express color one. That was dwarf skin. We were kind of shitting on it, but it's not too bad.
Dwarf!
All right, now this is scale 75 Phoenix Feather Sin. Really? Sin? Wait, no, that's the skew.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yep. My midtone is in my shadows.
Just put another layer of that on and it'll be fine.
I mean, I don't know, maybe that would do something. We start to get into the world of what's the point? I have to apply multiple layers of...
Yeah, all you have to do is work with this contrast paint for an hour, and then it's easy, one step.
That's why I've never, as much as like Juan Hidalgo is a beloved character in the YouTube pantheon of miniature painters, I don't get why you take a contrast paint and try to make it do something that it doesn't. And maybe it's because there's more to contrast paint than what meets the eye. Anyways, this is the human flesh, man flesh. Again, this is trash.
There's like nothing there.
There's nothing there. Yeah, it's bad. Very bad. Okay, next one, Gullyman flesh.
Gulliman flesh.
It's really dark. It's a wash.
Yeah.
Man flesh. What up,
I think that
Danny's?
was one of the darkest arms that you painted on too, though.
Possibly, yeah. That's the other thing, is it's not a super scientific test.
It's
Okay.
art.
Art. This is Fire Slayer flesh. A little bit better. I think I'm, as far as a one coat result, this is my favorite. So
I agree. I actually really like how that looks, even though it's not at all close to your manually painted dude.
yeah,
I think that looks pretty sweet.
yeah, it's not too bad. And that was Fire Slayer flesh. And then the last one we got here is Dark Oath flesh. This one's definitely a little bit more sepia, a little more yellow in there. This one's pretty good too. It actually colored the top coat in a significant way.
Yeah. Dark oat flesh looks pretty sweet.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like, here, let's do a little experimentation. So we're gonna start from the Express color, and then we're gonna just put on some simple, basic flesh, basic Caucasian flesh highlights. And then we'll see if we can, leave that stuff in the recesses and then work from there as a base. What colors should I use? Let's use this one.
Time.
I don't normally paint in very saturated skin tones, but I don't mind it. I prefer rolled out flesh. Okay.
Rolled oat flesh.
Rolled oat flesh. Yeah, I like both of the last two. Last two pretty good.
And then when they get defeated in battle, it's steel cut oats.
All right, so I am rocking some light flesh from AK Interactive's new generation of paint. Okay. This is a pretty saturated, kind of mid-tone-esque paint. And let's see, I've thinned it down. Maybe like 2 parts paint to 1 part water. But that's a very rough estimate. This is always pretty challenging to do. I'm going to go ahead and say that I think this is too light of a color. I don't know. I never like it when this happens, where it's like very clearly has a very specific recessed shade on a muscle group that's kind of more of like a soft, kind of tumbling volume as opposed to a very sharp and rigid one. So I don't really know how I feel about that. It's okay. The problem is on stuff like this. On the backside of his arm where the zenithal is like super dark, like what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to highlight down here with this fucking bright ass paint? Like, no, that's just never gonna work. So I think I need like 2 kinds of colors. I need like a brown color, which honestly is already on my palette. So maybe that's the solution. Take this brown, armor brown paint, mix it with my skin tone, and then paint the underside of the arm that's like super dark with this kind of more browny mixture. This guy's fucking forearm is like the width of his torso. It's nuts. Yeah, the backside of his arm doesn't really need to be painted nicely either. That's kind of fine. Holy cow, you zoomed into my chat, Omega. I just zoomed into it, trying to see if he says anything about it. You're supposed to ignore the bottom of the model because it's all shadow. Don't body shame a dude that loves arm day. Dude, I mean, you're right. Fucking A. It's got a huge ass forearm. Okay, that probably looks okay. I think maybe what I'll do is I will base coat the arm with like a mixture of armor brown, which is a paint I already have in my scheme, so it's already available to me, and this stuff, and then do like 1 or 2 highlights with the actual flesh. Call it a day. Painting these fucking things though, I don't know about that.
Oh, the eyes? Or the eye areas inside of his head?
Yeah. You know how I painted Victarion with glowing blue eyes?
Oh, yeah.
What if I just made this whole unit glowing blue eyes?
I mean, I'm fine with that.
That'd kind of be cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
That means I need to fill in their eye sockets a little bit, though.
My new cat broke a bunch of my minis. It just occurred to me, you were talking about glowing eyes, and I just realized that Cold Hands got...
Cold Hands? Oh.
Both the antlers came off when I got knocked down.
Team fuck eyes.
Team fuck eyes.
Accurate anatomy in our wargaming? Overrated.
That's true.
I should just base coat all my skin tones in Pro Acryl Mahogany these days, and that becomes my deepest, darkest shadow. Yeah, that could also definitely happen. I mean, like, from what I remember from using Pro Acryl Mahogany, is that paint doesn't have the most amazing coverage, so that would probably, with a little bit of water added, just function almost as a contrast paint or something similar.
Yeah, fun story. I have so many Stormcasts to assemble and paint that I hired one of the kids at Paint Night to assemble minis for me. He said, I'll do it for $1 a mini, and I was like, sold. Done.
Fool!
Yeah. Yeah. I'll probably give him a completion bonus.
Yeah.
And anything that's a monster mini, I'm gonna pay him $3 for instead of $1.
Yeah.
But it's very helpful. I'm very tired of assembling Stormcast. Yeah, you have bumped that camera about every 30 minutes today.
I'll do it for 99 cents a mini. Competition.
Oh, I love capitalism.
Yeah.
Race to the bottom.
Okay. I feel like nothing else is really gonna
Matter.
get me exactly nice. I mean, like maybe that paint is gonna be like kind of a similar situation. So this is Fire Slayer Flush, and this is probably gonna get me to a very similar area in terms of can I highlight on top of this. Or what if I just kind of do my own thing? Let's try this out. What if I just paint my own arm in this like mixture of skin tone and brown, and I don't really care a whole lot about getting like perfect opacity? What happens then? Scraping mold line is my zen. Yeah, I can get that. I can get behind that.
I can't. If I never had to assemble a mini again, I'd be very happy.
I don't hate on it that much.
Only stress, very little in the way of creativity. I'm not assuming or including kit bashing in assembly, by the way.
Okay, so I just applied a watered down version of the skin tone. Oh wait, no I didn't. Fuck, I started mixing the goddamn instant paint into my brown because it looked so much like my skin tone. Okay, redo. All right. I'm gonna make my own contrast paint, kind of. I don't really care. I just want it to be dark in the recesses. That's all I really need. I'll continue swearing by the GW mold line remover. Fight me. I mean, I'll fight. If you want an inferior product for removing mold lines, you can continue to use that.
I really like the Monument Hobbies one. I've used that one a lot. Because it actually does something that a hobby knife can't do. Unlike that horrible GW one that no one should ever use or buy.
What does it do that other ones can't do?
It's just oriented in a way that if a knife is in line with the handle, the Monument Hobbies one is perpendicular to it. So you can reach down into spaces and scrape.
Sounds like a problem that doesn't need to exist because the X-Acto knife already solves it.
Well, no, you can't scrape some things with an X-Acto. Is kind of my point.
You can't. Everything can be scraped with X-Acto.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I didn't get perfect opacity with this, and the anal painter in me wants to put another coat of that paint on. But hold up a minute. What if I just let it stay dark and cover up the majority of the areas that need that second coat with that first layer of highlight? Eh? We breaking rules right now, Chet? I think this is gonna get me to a place that I think is better, quicker than if I were to use the contrast paint. Let's see though. Okay. Be right back, subbing to the anal painter. one nice thing about this is if I have to apply another layer to get opacity, at least I don't need to apply it to the whole arm and rather just a particular highlight point that would need more opacity, which saves some time. How much time it saves meaningfully, I don't know. I mean, does that look exactly the same as what I already just did? It just looks a little bit less darker. Obviously, I honestly love the MLR. Brother, did you just abbreviate mold line remover? I fucking love acronyms for things. If giving something an acronym just makes it seem like more of an official thing, you know, the MLR, dude. It's so important.
The MLR.
It's so important we had to abbreviate it. Anyways, I love the MLR. The big benefit is on more open areas than the fiddly ones, but it's great for quickly going over a model without worrying about damaging the mini. Okay, fair enough. Appreciate it. Appreciate the insight. As I don't really use one, so I don't see the value a ton. That's what I'm saying. No pain, no glory. No pain, no gain. There's only one true red paint. Blood! Nurse, hand me that MLR, please. Come work with me in insurance. There's nothing we don't give an acronym to. Yeah, that was Best Buy as well. There were so many fucking acronyms. There was a binder that you could look through to figure out what all the acronyms are. I was shaking your hands. The MLR is really nice for me. I guess like if you're afraid you're gonna damage your models because you're like shaking a lot and you're gonna gouge something out, it could be a real problem. Caddy, I'll take a size 9 MLR today. The one nice thing about painting with this like brown, like darkened down paint is that I don't need to like hit the underside of his arm with a darker paint. That was the original base coat. So to me, this is the fastest. Is doing a brownish base coat of paint and then hiding with the mid-tone that then covers up the majority of that skin tone, giving you that nice rich skin tone mid-tone. Okay. Okay, so I'm kind of digging that painting approach for the skin. You know, we didn't try out the Iron Painter one, rip. But now I'll start filling in the eye sockets so that I can have a much easier time painting them in a glowy way. Or I'll just do a couple more arms because we're probably gonna end soon. This was the arm that I painted with more of that contrast paint accidentally. Mark or MA4RC, thanks for the Prime sub, we appreciate it. We're gonna hit up BW3 and grab some MLRs later. You in, dude? Buffalo Wild Wings, dude? Absolutely, I'm in. Mustard lard radish. My wife works in insurance and she tries to tell about all her boring work stuff, and man, it's so hard to follow. Yeah, dude. Arm Day here on the Miniac channel. There's the fucking name of the VOD right there, dude. It's Arm Day. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Even though most of the stream was you painting hoods.
Okay.
Arm Day in the hood.
There it is. Oh my God. I love that name. Let's do it. Arm Day in the hood. Anyways, this test on skin tone is really illustrating why I'm not a huge fan of contrast paint. Just because, I don't know, unless the undercoat is like really vibrant, bright white, it just doesn't really get you an amazing result. And people always say you should do a zenithal undercoat with your stuff, with your models to make the contrast paint look really awesome and whatever. But like the problem is if you have a meaningful amount of shadow sticking around such that you can like see the shadow when looking at the model front on, not just from the bottom, that contrast paint doesn't do shit to that dark color at all. It just looks bad. I don't know. I want there to be a super easy turnkey solution for painting. And there the unfortunate answer is there kind of is and there kind of isn't. Like it works sometimes, it doesn't work other times. So I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts about that? Hey Scott, for painting competitions, what kind of judging do you prefer? A team of judges or a public vote? Absolutely a team of judges. Public don't know shit about what makes good mini painting. There's that, but also often a public vote involves some kind of online jury, which means that they're not there looking at the models, which is another huge no-no. Armed Day in Space was a better movie, even though Ice-T wasn't in it. I have no idea what the fuck you sneaking onto my screen right now. Links from stream? Oh, this is how you sent me a secret message?
Yeah.
The same time as always, I would say.
Then it's time, baby.
Is it time?
It's 4:06.
All right, let me finish up base coating this arm for Arm Day. I can't wait to have a fully finished unit of Silence Men in my Greyjoy army. And I can't help but ask the question, why have I waited so long to paint a unit for my Greyjoy army? Shit.
I did end up picking up Silence Men, even though I won't run them.
You really should. They're really fucking good.
They're terrible. They die right away. They suck. Game sucks.
Okay, bye.
3 Bowmen, 3 Drowned Men, 1 unit of Reavers with Vic, 2 NCU. It's OP.
Reavers with Vic. Okay. 3 Drowned Men, 3 Bowmen. Reavers, Vic Commander?
No, Vic, Relentless Vic.
What's your commander?
Asha, probably.
Asha. That...
Shore up the bows.
Shore them up. That's true. I mean, if you're going to invest 12 points, I suppose, in bows, you got to make sure they don't run away from panic. Okay. Yeah. That would definitely work. Okay. So next time, we got to fill some eye sockets in, work on the skin. And then probably the next time after that, do the metals, and then we're done. Alrighty then. Scott, you need to add every Leprechaun movie to your watch list. Okay.
I'm not really sure that that's true, but all right.
I have one of them in there. I think the original one. What is that horror movie on Mars that has Ice Cube in it? Isn't that Event
Ghost
Horizon?
of Mars?
Ghost of Mars?
Is that it?
Nazgul says, I'm using contrast paint and it needs more layers, but it's true, they are hard on darker prime. So you need to apply multiple layers of contrast paint.
If you have to apply more than 2 layers of contrast paint, you should have just used regular paint in the first place.
That's kind of how I feel as well. Because like the whole point is expediency, right?
And once you're at 3 layers, you're kind of in that shading, base tone, highlight range. Yeah. So,
Leprechaun in Space is amazing. Oh my god, dude. How deep does this go? It's like a
Jason's received an upgrade. Jason X. That's the best worst horror movie.
I have no idea what that is.
It's Jason in space.
Jason in as in the murderer Jason?
Yeah.
Oh my.
For whatever reason, they resurrect him as a killer cyborg on a space station because, the producers said that we should do this. So
people love space things. Heckies, thank you for the Prime sub. Appreciate it. Okay. Thank you guys for hanging out on this stream. Kind of getting back into the mojo of, not really getting back into the mojo, but I'm definitely on like kind of a vacation break mentality right now. So
Yeah, it's been a while.
it's been a while. So yeah, appreciate you guys coming back after a little bit of a hiatus. We'll be doing streams during January, both gaming and painting variety, and also the podcast will come back after a week. But I might not put out many videos during January as I work on other things.
Maybe.
Maybe. We'll see. But thank you everyone for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Appreciate your subs and your donations and everything. Even despite Twitch giving us some shit, we still got some 30 subs in there, and then likely even more that weren't being picked up when Twitch was being dumb. But yeah, great stream. See you Thursday. See you Thursday too, Mike Genie. Do we have anyone we want to host or raid or whatever the word is? Adric Knight, what up, dude?
I opened it up to look and then I didn't look. Give me 1 second.
All right, give me 1 second. You're very welcome, Bowl Soup, Nano DSC, Otter Painting Studio, Penny Arcade. What's this? Is a Penny Arcade.
Are they live? Sure.
Image Overload. Thanks for the tier 1 sub. Appreciate it. And I got all my painted Soul Blight Gravelord on my desk right now. Just waiting for a resin spill to happen.
Hey, they're painting Sisters of Battle, it looks like.
Nice.
Yeah. Sweet. All right, that's what we'll do.
Okay. All right, guys. I'll catch you on the flip side. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for your support. I'll see you this Thursday for a gaming stream and next Tuesday for a painting stream. Otherwise, see you later, guys.